Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ready to Start the Zavok, the #1 Zavok podcast on the internet. Hey, everyone, did you like that joke? It was funny.
That was the long silence.
What do you mean?
I was supposed to. Whoa! Came back on the screen for a second there.
-2? Why?
Zavok jump scare.
Why don't you guys love Zavok? Everyone's so mean to you. That was such a great bit.
Zavok? Chaos?
Isn't he from Lost World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, the one Sonic game that I haven't fucking played.
You haven't played Sonic Lost World?
I know, it's a fucking travesty.
Dale's
isn't it?
sacrifice was for the greater good.
I'll never know the legend of this Zavok they speak of.
I'm sure you felt his rumbling, his impact.
Maybe.
I'm sure you felt the ground quake beneath you in
Maybe, that
Zavok's
could've-
wake.
That could have just been me dropping my 3DS all the damn time, too.
Well, yeah, because you got Sonic Lost World on your 3DS right there in it.
The demo. At the
Yeah.
release.
No, he's in there. See, he's in the demo. I don't think he
he's
actually
in the
is.
Hey,
Who?
Ah.
Zavok?
Zavok.exe.
I guess, man, I don't know. I actually have that demo though. I got that demo and I played it when I was. You know how old I was when that game came out?
How old were you?
I was.
What, 15?
I just turned 14.
Oh my
That was
god.
close.
Yeah, we're around the same age. Yeah, I was about in high. I was in high school when Lost World came out, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
I think I got a 2DS around that time.
that was
They were playing Animal Crossing.
that was the autumn of Lost World, as they say.
I think that's
what
also
they
around
call
the
it.
time a Pokemon came out.
I think Lost World on the 3DS gets kind of a bad reputation. It's honestly, it's the kind of Sonic game where you have a lot of moments that are fine, but then there's just like a few where they just like drag the level out to like 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and so it brings the whole thing down. But I think,
So like
You know,
most
aside
Sonic
from that-
games, that was mean. No,
yeah,
that's not
I
true.
mean,
That's only like
I mean,
Shadowed Heroes. I'm sorry, everyone.
yeah, it's not entirely. It has a lot of like 3D Sonic padding issues, but I think there's a lot of genuine. There's a lot of neat stuff in that game that I think people don't. I think a lot of people don't realize. It's very different from the Wii U version. It's a lot more like, it's a lot faster. It's a lot more of a traditional Sonic game.
We're bringing Sonic back to his roots for
Finally!
for the 5th time. Oh,
We're bringing
yeah.
Sonic back to nature.
we didn't do the intro. Also, popcorn, butter, root beer, red licorice straw, nachos, cheese.
It's
Everyone,
space. Yeah, hi.
welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast, the #1 podcast on this channel. I'm
The
Ryan
#1
Ribbity.
podcast. No, we have to say the #1 podcast in outer space and in the galaxy or whatever. You know.
I don't think that's true.
Bonus Tennis agree. This is the #1 podcast in outer space.
It's the funniest podcast in May.
Coming this summer.
Yes.
Critics and audience agree. Bob's Burgers is the funniest movie in America.
Oh, Bob's Burgers sweep. We're just getting started with this Bob's Burgers Memorial Weekend.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Ribbity. Who else is here?
I'm here. I'm Seep on this podcast that we're doing. Well, who else is here?
Raja, that's me.
Yes.
All right, everybody. All range mode.
What do you like? All range mode. And
Also, it is me. I'm
yeah.
Zumo. I'm captain of the stars. I don't know how I
Zumo?
got this job, but I'll fucking take it. Gladly.
hold on. Is that Zumo? Captain of the Stars? Zumo?
Penguin of platypus.
So, this is like pretty. I mean, all you long-time viewers, you might remember. So Zumo, it's been like. It's
Like
not. It
2
was like.
years, I
It's
think.
been like 4 years. I think that was 4 or
Maybe.
5 years ago
I can
since
check.
you were last on this show.
Hell
Zumo.
if I know. I think I was here in season 1.
I think it was like 6 years ago.
So,
Like just about.
so Sumo. Oh my god. You have
We're
a
getting Snoopy
You
strike.
have a Snoopy here?
Snoopy raid.
Thank you, Foxy X, for
Thank
the
you.
raid of 23 people.
I can't believe we're being Snoopied.
Oh my god. This is so crazy. I can't believe we're getting Snoopy on stream. This never happens.
Right before my eyes.
I was gonna
Wow.
say before this happened,
Looks like you have a Snoopy ear.
Zumo was on episode 8 of this show, and right now this is episode 46. So it's been a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take it. Well, what
Wait.
if he? What?
Didn't we technically die the last day Zuma popped up?
Yeah,
What?
I had a bomb in my pocket.
He's got a bomb.
I'm
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
about that.
It's okay.
I do remember that now.
thank
That
you.
was the Zumo episode.
Oh my god, I got a lot of people.
That was
Thank you for
the
the
Zumo
raid. Thank you
episode.
for the subscriptions. Oh my god, this is crazy.
We're getting. This is we're sweeping. This is where. All right, there we got a big
got
show.
the-
Ready? I hope you're
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, the ready to
Alright,
start the podcast sweep. I'm ready.
Zumo, what have wait? I gotta know, Zumo. What have you been doing in the 7 or 8 years since you last appeared on this show?
I've been trying to fucking beat Godhand on hard mode the whole time.
Is that
For
an
the
Elden
most
Ring
part.
thing?
No. I mean, it's as difficult as Elden Ring, but Godhand is a game on the PS2.
If
It's
it,
really fucking funny as well.
if it makes you feel any better, I still can't beat the original Super Mario Bros. Without cheating. So
You can't.
Really?
no, I can't.
Why
I-
is
Alright.
that?
I can beat Mario 3, Mario 2, Mario World, all the other 2D Marios, but the original like Super Mario Bros. Is just I think is reached a point of too archaic for me. Like,
That
there's-
sounds like we need like a marathon, like 24-hour Mario Brothers stream.
there's no
where you, like,
post
try to beat
launch, there's no post launch updates, so I can't play it.
it. Yeah, there's no battle pass.
Yeah.
There's no.
I remember. I was
So-
so addicted to Mario 35.
I actually did play a bit of that. I did.
Man, I miss that. I kind of miss that. It was kind of
Well, speaking of Mario and post-launch updates, a smaller thing to start with, because I feel like people might want to know my opinions on this specifically, because I've talked about it a bit. Mario Strikers has been the talk of the town today, because they like announced a few things, and I think like we're getting close to its release, and they officially announced post-launch updates for that game, free ones. But that tells me I don't think I'm gonna like this one. I didn't really plan on picking this one up anyway. I kind of got burnt by the last two. I thought tennis was fine, but I thought golf was pretty bad.
Wow.
And I here's the thing. I need to stress this right now. I don't blame next level games for this at all. I don't think the reason this game is sometimes the way it is because of them. I think Nintendo like higher up decisions kind of cause these games to be the way they are, and that's where a bit of it's coming. I think on top of that, from what I've seen, I just don't think I'm into it. I don't think a lot of my friends are picking this up either, so I don't really have a lot of interest in playing like just with randos online. And I don't like stuff like the fact that like there's basically only one court, but you can change the background. I don't think that's very interesting.
Just like Ultra Smash.
Yeah, I guess it is.
You heard it here first, folks. It's time for you to get FIFA 23 when it comes out instead of
Yeah,
Strikers.
FIFA sweep, everybody. Can we get FIFA sweep going in the chat?
Let's get this trending.
Yeah.
FIFA sweep.
I-
FIFA sweep.
I made this point about these post-launch updates earlier. I don't really get why they do it because I don't think they really drive interest back at the game. I think if you were to ask anyone who the last two characters they added to Mario Golf is, nobody would know. I know who they are. I want everyone in chat right now to guess who the last two characters they added to Mario Golf were.
I
Because
actually don't know. The one I saw was like Piranha Plant.
I mean, it's usually just like probably some, I guess, very obscure enemy from probably like the previous game or probably like one of the older games. That's usually their way of going about those types of games.
Yeah, I feel like they make the weird choice to like make their like, all right, come back to the game. Like putting enemies in. And like, look, I love Mario enemies, but I feel like those aren't things that like make the news. You know, like people are gonna be like, "Oh, Koopa Troopa, man, I gotta play Mario Tennis now. They got Koopa in it."
Like
Yo,
those.
Mario Batman's got King Bomb in it.
Yeah.
I feel like if these post-launch updates were like crazy characters, like they're adding like K. Rool or something, or like I don't know,
Yeah.
Eggplant Man from Wrecking Crew, I feel like that would like make the rounds. But I feel like saving these generic enemies for like post-launch updates is very bizarre to me.
It doesn't really make any sense.
Mhm.
It's just no one's really, like you said, it's not really gonna drum up any engagement. Like, yeah, I want them to add like they need to add like they need to add Bowser's brother. That would bring me
Oh,
back.
fuck,
That would
fuck.
like can you imagine if Bowser's brother? Oh, that would be so clean.
Oh
If they
my
finally
God.
brought after all these years, everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, dude! Blast from the past, dude! Bowser's brother!" No.
Bowser Brother Sweep.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the game and I'm not picking it up, but I have to say, and I said this about Luigi's Mansion 3, Next Level Games, I think, animates the Mario characters better than Nintendo does. I think
Yeah.
I think they have a great grasp on what makes these characters fun and appealing, and they move great. And the game looks great. I'll give it that for sure.
Yeah. I like watching them move around and stuff. They're
Mhm.
really good at that. They've got a nice squishiness, you know.
Donkey Kong's animation is like amazing.
He does like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
That's
He- Yeah. So yeah, I mean it looks it looks with my eyes, it looks pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. I am
Uh,
excited 6 months from now, when like Go Nintendo news tweets out Koopa Troopa announced for Mario Strikers Battle League, and it gets 23 likes and 3 retweets, and one reply that says, "I forgot this game came out."
yeah.
Uh,
All right.
yeah. A more other news. Being Puppy
Yes.
Cat.
Do we have an update?
There is no news.
Update on the BN Puppy Cat. Oh, nothing. There's
Yeah.
nothing?
Yay! I think.
Is it coming to? What was it? What was it? What was it? Was it gonna be on Netflix? Did they say?
Yeah. They announced that back in 2020.
Uh-oh.
I was about to ask, like, how long has it been since, like, really anything has been said on that show?
2 years. They say it was supposed to come out on Netflix in 2022.
Oh, good heavens!
Yeah,
All right.
that show, so what happened with that show, I can tell the full story here. It was part of I forget what it was called, like it's not, I almost said Animation Domination. No, it was
Hangover. Cartoon Hangover.
It was part of Cartoon
Lord.
Hangover, which was a thing Federer was doing to get like TV quality animation on YouTube for free. But it became very quickly like obvious that TV quality animation on YouTube for free does not make you a ton of money. Animation on YouTube is terrible for money. You don't do animation on YouTube for the money. So what happened is a lot of their shows had to move to like paid services for like a lot of like reasons. And Bee and Puppy Cat, I forgot where it got put first. It was like Verve. Yeah. So that a lot of their stuff got moved to Verve in particular.
You know Verve. Everyone has downloaded Verve out
The
there.
thing
I'd
you
rather not
download.
remember.
Verve is the thing you downloaded to watch my brother, and me 4 years ago.
I hate that. That is exactly what I did to.
I mean, that's the only reason I know anyone who's ever gotten Verve was to watch that show. I don't know any other thing on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got put on there, and then they were trying to figure out other ways to distribute it, and it was supposed to go on Netflix. I don't know, Rosa, you probably know what happened next.
Got leaked. The entire second season got leaked by upper management by accident.
By accident.
By acting,
Yeah. Because
Accident.
he had it like up in Daily Motion. It was supposed to be privated, but
Why
Whoops.
Daily Motion of all places?
they were I don't know, I forgot why.
They're
but
they're probably
What
just
the
like showing
fuck?
it to like a coworker or something.
Yeah.
what
They just
the-
need
Why
someone to
didn't they-
upload it.
They could have just put it on a damn floppy disk or something. That probably would have been a hell of a lot safer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Or
digital
sorry.
age, though. It's the digital age.
I
You know?
I think Cartoon Hangover as an experiment was a great just like example of, oh no, YouTube does not work for animation at all. This will never work.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
If you are
Remind-
unless
reminds me of the. That kind of reminds me of the whole like what was it? The SpongeBob reanimated thing that basically got gutted on YouTube,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
that's
a whole other kind of
that got
Yeah,
gutted.
I'm mostly I just remember that specifically from the notion of how animation just does not fucking work on YouTube.
that one was more like
Sadly,
the copyright.
which
of
was
it.
Yeah, I
which was
know.
which was dumb because it was clearly like fair use, but
Yeah.
that got gutted
you're
in
like-
the middle of the live stream for it, which was funny to some extent.
Yeah. Everyone was screaming, "Don't refresh." I think it's up now. I think.
Yeah, it is. It's back.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Someone's asking if Bravest Warriors was Cartoon Hangover. It was Bravest Warriors, Bean Puppy Cat, a hit show called Super Fuckers,
Yes.
and then was there anything else?
They had a lot of like random like pilots on there. But I think in terms of running series, that's all that's really coming to mind.
They had that show where that lady asked if Marceline and Bubblegum were exes, and they had to delist the video. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's our update, our seasonal Bee and Puppy Cat update. There
Is
is
it-
no news.
Is it
We'll,
coming?
get back. Who knows? We'll come back to you in about a good 30 years when maybe they post something on Twitter.
Didn't Joni Phillips? They did, yeah. It was what was it? I remember it was. I remember it. I know what it's. I remember. I've seen
It
it.
was like my grandpa. It was like a grandpa show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grandpa show.
Yeah.
Uncle, wait, was
all
it,
I know
was it me,
is-
dude?
Not Uncle Grandpa.
See ya.
the only related Bean Puppy Cat thing I know of is that Natasha designed a skateboard featuring Bee, and
She did. I saw that.
she said, like, yeah, Derek like wears lingerie underneath.
All right.
Good to
That's
know.
great.
I'm sure that'll
great
be
to hear.
useful info for season 2 when it comes
Make sure to
out.
have that on a wiki.
When did they
The
say it was
trivia
supposed to
page.
come out? Is Netflix going to be around when it's like supposed to be
Who
out?
knows?
They killed it.
Ooh, if they follow through with the shit about ads, I don't even know if they've done that yet.
They're
God.
getting rid of. They got rid of like a new show from what is that guy's name? I'm oh my god. The guy the what did he make? He made
Phone
Jorge
call?
Gutierrez.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
El Tigre.
Yeah.
They just canceled a show from him.
Good job,
Holy
everyone.
Now that's news. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, Netflix has canceled a lot of their animation, and it's really shitty because it's become very apparent they view their animation team as like the lowest.
Yeah.
That I know.
Hmm.
But like shit, man.
Yeah.
Also, when are we gonna
Yeah.
talk about that movie you all forced me to watch in that
Oh,
shit?
we'll
come on,
get
it's-
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay,
we
okay,
we-
gotta
first
get
I
to-
wanna-
we start with
the-
I want to say.
Be fierce.
All
Anyone
I wanted to
wants to
say. All I want to say is Netflix shut down their animation studio so they can use all that money and create a circus of bad comedians. Special.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
I quick question related to Cartoon Hangover. What is Bravest Warriors on? Is that just Verve or?
It was on Verve last I saw.
I remember watching Bravest Warrior and remembering an episode had to be like a comic recap.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I
That
remember
show has like 400 episodes now.
it is
it has a lot
that
of
show.
episodes.
That show is way more like stuff than you think it would. It's like had more episodes than you probably realize.
Yeah. Because they're all on Verve.
Remember the summer of Bee and Puppy? The summer of Catbug. I mean,
The Summer of Catbug. I bought like 2 Catbug backpacks during the Summer of Catbug.
I remember
It's really
that.
the only thing I know of that show, to be honest.
Isn't that also a Natasha Allegri character? Is that true?
No.
I feel like it's not.
I
Has
don't
she ever
think so.
drawn? I'm pretty sure she drew him though. That might be true. That might be true. That might be true. If anyone has any information on who created Catbug, let us
We're gonna
know.
put a bounty out on this real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Find a person who made Catbug alive
Alive or dead?
or knocked out.
But it is crazy. Catbug was like insanely popular though. Like I was like at school and like people would like talk about Catbug. Like that.
Yeah.
Like he was like that character was huge. Which it's crazy to think about like how like hard Bravest Warriors kind of fell off in terms of like notoriety after like the first batch
Yeah.
of episodes.
But the kid who plays Catbug still gets roles.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Grinch, the Illumination, the Grinch.
Good for
Remember
him.
that?
You know. Good.
Yeah.
This big break.
All right. So hopefully, Bean Puppy Cut season 2 actually comes out someday.
Yeah. There's some more news, right?
Yeah, we could talk about Seth Green losing his monkey.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh man, I lost my monkey, dude. Is there like any way you can get it back?
So
Come on.
let me explain the situation.
Please do.
Mr. Seth,
This is hella news to me.
Mr. Seth
yes.
Green,
I never even knew this man had a monkey. Sorry, though.
voice of Chris Griffin and creator of Robot Chicken, was going to make a show based off the NFT monkey he bought, and there's a trailer for it you can find if you look for it. It's like recorded like in a baseball stadium or something. I don't know. But the show was like, to my knowledge, like pretty far in, like development wise. Like it's like has a lot done. But they have to put it on hold or cancel it because somebody stole Seth Green's NFT monkey.
Oh no.
So
His bored ape. His wallet got hacked.
he got hacked and he lost his monkey, so they can't make the show anymore because he doesn't own his NFT monkey anymore.
It's honestly
You'd love to see it.
Yeah, but it's also just kind of a shame. I mean, because I'm sure people put some work into that, and it has kind of an interesting look, but it's just weird that it's like an NFT show. I feel like that only detracts from it. The fact that it stars like a bored ape. Like I don't know. Did they just want to save money on character design or something?
Hell if I know that either that or them trying to ride off of the, I guess, infamous nature or just overall popularity of NFTs and just trying to capitalize on that.
No, I bet
that and just having like the brain cells of an average NFT indulger.
I bet like 11 months ago this show sounded like a really good idea.
Yeah,
Seth Green said.
I think Seth Green. I think a lot of celebrities just don't even know what NFTs really are. Like they're just pictures they own to them. Like I don't think
It's
they.
probably not even them buying it. It's probably like it's probably just
I think-
the agents going like, yo, William Smith, get this lion.
I think people did like
put it on your wall.
people did some digging and they like realized like that a lot of the like celebrities that were like showing off NFTs were all with like a particular agency
Mhm.
that was like
Uh-huh.
invested in like some sort of like crypto thing or something.
I
So that explains a lot.
I'm certain Seth Green was like told like this is gonna be a great idea and you should do it, and he didn't. He has. I'm certain he does not actually know what an NFT really is. He's like, all right, sure, yeah, I'll do this, whatever.
Oh, wow, so
Yeah.
this means that I own this design forever? That's so cool.
And then his
I can
monkey,
use it for anything.
and then his monkey
Yes,
got
your very
stolen
own
from him.
monkey, Mr. Seth.
They'll probably have to like redesign the monkey, I guess. That's the only thing I could think.
Imagine watching
Who's
a
gonna
show.
stop him?
Imagine watching a show and your favorite character stops showing up because the writers lost the NFT for them. Is that not just what happened with the Sonic comics, except with not NFTs?
Are you talking
Right.
about the whole Ken Penders
Yeah.
thing?
They
Yeah.
give up
Oh,
Green
Lord.
Eggman. They give up Green Knuckles.
Uh-huh.
I guess in a very roundabout way, yeah.
It's funny how
I was
uh
gonna say like Kid Pinner trying to turn Green Knuckles into an NFT.
He did. That was one of them.
that's a very Ken Penders sentence.
I feel like even when the show was like coming out, like when the time it was gonna come out, like I think it's pretty well documented at this point. NFTs are like dying. Like
Yeah.
they've left the public conscious. Like a lot of their like prices of them have like downfall. Like they're being sold for pennies now. It's like
Love
very
to see it.
yeah. You love to see it. Like it's very clear the fad was dead. In some twisted way, I want to go to the universe where this came out and it made like zero cultural impact because it was just too late.
Oh, so the
Uh-huh.
show never came out.
No, it's not coming out because he lost his monkey rights.
Okay, I thought they just lost it in the middle of like it airing. That would have been so fucking funny.
No, they lost it like a bit before it was supposed to come out.
Oh
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that really goes to show. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, you know, people have gone over this several times by now, but there's really nothing about NFTs that are like good.
No.
Like this should not have happened. Like imagine making a show and like this happens to you because you get hacked and it's just like, well, you technically don't own that anymore. It's ridiculous.
No, it's insane. Like they're so creatively void, of any creativity, and there's so much like evilness attached to them with environmental shit. Like it's just bad all around, and it's one of those things like people were preaching for so long it was like going to be a beautiful thing for artists, and it just clearly wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
Let me get an image. Let me get an image of
What?
Seth Green's lost monkey on screen real quick.
Oh yes. Why did you put Uncle Grandpa? I'm just now looking at the stream screen.
I have
This
my
is Bugs
minion
Bunny.
shy guy right here.
What a freaking scrimby.
Are you gonna
What
make
the
that
fuck
Shy
is
Guy?
that?
That's Seth Green's monkey he lost.
Yeah.
Is this was how it's supposed to be like animated? Is this how
Yeah.
the show's
I-
supposed to
It's
look?
supposed to be
we
like
did not
Roger
mention-
Rabbit, but for
Yeah.
of NFTs.
This
It was
fucking
a
looks
live
like
action
Clerks.
It was like a workplace. It was supposed to take place in like a bar, and it starred like the Seth Green monkey bartender,
Oh my
Um,
fucking god.
and he had like a human best friend. I mean, it looked kind of it. I don't know. I kind of like. It's an interesting idea. I've never like seen a show that kind of tried to do that
Hey, don't worry.
all the
see,
way.
when
There's probably some, but
Specifically, wait, specifically what?
well, just like
an NFT show.
no. Like the live action animation. It's not done a lot.
Seep, don't worry. When the gorilla show that is happening for sure this time comes out, you'll get what you want.
Out of Jimmy's head, I said didn't happen a lot.
Fuck.
That show
Fuck, I was
doesn't
about to
that show
actually
doesn't
bring that up.
that show doesn't even exist anymore. Like half of that show is gone because no one cared.
That's
to
true.
document
Yeah,
it.
half that show is lost media now.
I probably can remember an episode. I'm asking about an episode.
Didn't gorillas
I
get
only-
into NFTs? I think like every celebrity did. I don't even know how to track who did. Most of them did, except
Yeah.
like
They did an NFT.
probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Jesus.
Who
I-
did?
The only celebrity I could think that was like told it sucked and then back out of it after realizing it sucked was like one of the Tim and Eric guys started doing it, and then like people were like, hey, this isn't very good. You shouldn't do that. And he did research like, oh no, this sucks. I'm not doing it anymore. Thanks guys for telling me.
One smart celebrity.
I mean, at least they admitted to it. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Because it was during the early days where like a lot of celebrities were doing it, and I think just none of them really knew what it was. But like most of them didn't listen. They were one of the few. So like it was Tim. Okay, yeah, Tim listened. Like, oh yeah, we'll cut this out.
You can hate
I can,
or you can create.
I can imagine a bunch of celebrities still don't fucking understand what
No.
NFTs are. It took me maybe like a collective 3 months of like on and off research to actually know what they were, how they function, and like the consequences of them to begin with.
I didn't fully realize what they were until I watched like that hour-long Dan Olsen video on it. Like that was
Yeah.
like when I'm like, okay, so now I understand every aspect of these things, and now I know exactly why they're terrible.
I probably forgot some details.
Oh, I probably forgot most of it too. Anyway,
All I know
yeah.
is
What
Bad.
useless information.
rest in
End of the
peace.
day,
I mean, like, it's-
kids.
Rest in peace, Seth Green's monkey show. I'm sure will never come out now, and it'll be lost media, and then we'll
Why'd
dig it
you-
up 3 years from now.
And
Why is
like
there
you
a
said,
Rigby-
Sonic Q has to like cover it.
This is a Rigby nude. Is that what they're called?
No, it's like a little. It's like that blind blocks it. It's like Clarence in it.
I forgot
Okay.
what those things were called. I remember those, but I'm thinking to myself if like these would have probably been something along the lines of NFTs if like they did that nowadays.
No. Like, oh my god! If the nudes were still around, they would have done nude NFTs. Oh my god!
Oh god.
That or try to do something akin to Funko Pops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there would have been
Did,
like.
did they ever sell nudes? Were
I
there
don't think
physical
so.
nudes that you could?
I have
Nudes,
a
by
good
the way.
feeling that they probably at least tried.
We can't. We
I have
gotta.
a damn good feeling.
Can we explain for anyone who doesn't
Yeah,
know
you
what a
should probably
nude
explain
is?
what they
It just
are.
sounds like we're just talking about. It's not like naked photographs. It's in Cartoon Network, on Cartoon Network, in like it was like the Flapjack era, I'd call it, where they had like 4 cartoons.
Yeah.
It was these like I don't know. The easiest way to show it is just like have a picture.
Yeah, I'm
They were
getting
just
one of Daphne
this
on
like
screen.
template things. They were based on like these figures that they were like painted figures.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
Like they're like vinyl figure types.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
got scared and thought that said NFTs.
They were kind of Cartoon Network's like bumper things for a bit. If you watch like YouTube rant videos in 2010s or like late 2000s, they all hated them.
Yeah.
And then like kind of around the time Adventure Time and Regular Show kind of like reshook like Cartoon Network, they stopped using them.
They kicked the nudes out, and now they adopted the check it era.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it now.
It was around the time when Cartoon Network was, I feel like, kind of starting their decline. I don't know if the nudes were pre or post CN Real, but regardless, I know that it was close around that time frame.
It was
Yeah.
it was around that, yeah. People it's just like talked about all the time. You probably can't understand how much like Adventure Time and Regular Show kind of saved that network.
No, totally it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the nudes were in OKKO. Let me get a picture of them. They were in Cartoon Nexus at the very end. You can see a bunch of them in this image.
You were wearing
It's really
capes and
funny.
everything.
He has a Snoopy ear? What are you talking about?
He has a Snoopy ear.
We should have nude sonas. We should have a nude special.
Is that I request that we have that the next time that I guest star here.
That should be our season 4
I
like theme.
disagree.
Like our nude, like the Rated Starcast could go to Nude City.
Let's retire.
Also, to answer your question, Cartoon Network made physical nudes, but they didn't sell them. It looks like I'm seeing a few like Chowder and like
We
Ben
made
10.
internal nudes to
Yeah,
pass
like-
around the office.
Yeah, I'm sure like CH Greenblatt has like a Chowder nude on his desk.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a ton of nudes.
Why
of all
the fuck did they
characters.
have to call it this?
This,
Why the hell did they have to call it
it's
nudes?
really singing it. It's really singing it how bad of a name nudes is.
I think part of it is like they're nudes, so you could paint them and clothe them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
There could have been like I don't know better names like I don't know slates base I don't fucking know better than nudes.
Bases.
That was no Nikes.
Yeah.
That was before the time we had this funny internet lingo. So
Grimblos.
Yeah, this was before like everyone had an iPhone. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people had iPhones, but not everyone. A lot of people had Blackberries. I think the nude bubble, not the nude bubble. What do you call it? Like the nude, I guess the nude epidemic.
Why are you calling it that?
What the
just
fuck?
the nude, whatever. Next news. What else?
I wanted to say one more thing about the nudes. Then like it slipped my mind. I had something I wanted to say about like, so I feel like people like I'm sure people are nostalgic for nudes now. I saw a tweet the other day that maybe like really kind of like realize something like, oh god, we've reached this point. There was a tweet that was like being reflective and nostalgic about like CN Real, and it's like
Oh, no.
I thought about it, it's like, you know, we were always bound to reach this point, but it's really funny to see because like everything ever that someone's watched when they were 6 is like based Kino and nostalgic now. Like we were always bound to reach the point where people were nostalgic for CN Real. So seeing that tweet was
Destroy, Bill, destroy.
seeing that tweet is really funny. Just people being like nostalgic for like this thing that like objectively almost destroyed Cartoon Network.
I swear to God,
Dude,
It
what would
was-
happen if we killed the network?
Yeah. Oh, where are all those
what would
guys
happen
now?
if we completely burnt this studio to the ground?
Dude, what would happen if that was like MythBusters without any sort of educational
Yeah.
value, like even potentially.
Yeah.
Dude,
that
we'll be happy we stole Seth Green's monkey.
Uh, like I
Yeah.
feel like the only show that like I have a bad taste in my mouth saying this, but like the only show that I feel like I liked during that era was Out of Jimmy's Head. Because like
Wow.
I loved the style of like live action mixed with cartoons. I loved that so much.
I mean, I'll be fair. Like, if you're a kid and you're going to Cartoon Network, you probably want some sort form of cartoon. So, like, it's like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, this one has cartoons in it at least.
If I wanted live action, I could just go down to channel 55 and go to Disney Channel.
Yeah. Do you remember the
55?
show? Yeah, 55.
It was 31.
Everyone
for
had
me.
channel. You didn't have the same cable provider as Zumo?
When I was a kid, Disney Channel was 35 and Nick was 37, and then Cartoon Network was like 42.
When I was a kid, I think we switched cable providers so frequently that I don't have any of that memorized.
Nick was 54, Disney Channel was 55, and
Yeah.
Cartoon Network was 56.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
is this
were
where the
always,
the debate
all together.
begins?
Yeah.
There we go.
Which one was better? I say mine since it was so efficient.
63, Nick, is clearly the better number for Nickelodeon.
Someone in
I
chat
like
is saying
31,
this.
32, 33, because I only could count that high.
Someone in chat is saying this. It is true. A lot of CN reels lost media because nobody cared enough to document it. We were talking about like half of Out of Jimmy's Head is lost.
Yeah.
Do you remember the show where they're on roller coasters and they had to answer questions?
I do.
I
Yes.
remember that one. I couldn't for the
I feel
life
like I
of me remember the name of it though.
It was like Brain Surge, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Brain Rush. I think there was
Remember-
like two brain shows on two different
Remember,
networks at the same time.
Remember Hole in the Wall?
Oh, I do remember that one.
That one is...
It's
Yeah.
not original. It came from a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's probably why it's got... I feel like I remember it, just because it's...
I remember seeing the reference from in American Dad.
Like, specifically the
Wall?
Cartoon Network one?
I don't know. They just like, ah, look, they're playing Hole in the Wall. It's on TV or whatever.
Really? Okay.
What
Cool.
was I gonna say? Yeah, none of the live action Cartoon Network shows made in the crossover nexus except Out of Jimmy's Head. So,
But you know, I think they have a chance in a recent crossover.
Hold on.
Oh Lord.
I just found this NFT from an alternate reality.
What would that be?
what is this? Owie from Precura's Gumball?
No, it's an alternate reality NFT.
That's good. That's great. Before we talk about multiverse, I do want to mention the Bob's Burgers movie came out today. I actually almost saw it today, but I concluded I concluded I was just not gonna have any time to see it today, so I'll probably see it this weekend. And we'll talk about it next time. But I am seeing it. I just want to make mention that we probably will end up seeing it.
It's the big Bob's Burgers episode. I love these. Every time Rosa makes an image, it's always like gigantic on the screen.
This is a horror stream now. Nothing but jump scares here.
Okay, Beaker, let me tell you. They taught me to work in the resolution of 300 to 350
Why?
because that's like the typical resolution for like
3,000?
yeah, for graphics. 300.
300? What?
Yeah.
300 what? Inches?
DPI?
Yeah.
What does DPI stand for?
Dots per
Resolution?
dots per
Buffering.
inch, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, dots.
I
per
used
inch.
to actually draw on really big canvases for a bit. I've kind of shrunk in recent years, but I drew like everything on mine, like on like 6,000 by 6,000 canvases for a bit.
I remember in my college years, I drew in like 600
Mhm.
DPI.
I remember being an idiot in drawing like the lowest resolution possible and exporting everything as JPEGs because I didn't know better.
I
Okay.
remember I did not like put everything in like A4 or whatever. I just like drew a thing and then like prop it down badly to that size.
Oh no!
I wanted to say one thing about Bob's Burgers for like we watched, just like because I haven't seen it yet. I have such a place in my heart for like cartoon movies getting like on the big screen, getting like a slight animation, like in visual budget, like upgrade. I think it's so much fun because it used to happen a ton. And that's partially why 2D animation died for a bit. It's because they were releasing too many like TV show movies. But now since it's like so rare, it always feels like an event. Like the Simpsons movie was a huge event. Like the SpongeBob movie was a huge event. And now like Bob's Burgers is like a really fun event to me because like, oh, we don't get these a ton anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. They're
Yeah.
gonna
One thing
I
I'm
like those little
wondering
characters.
though, and I hope this doesn't happen, is that like if it's written out to be like kind of like the length of a movie, and I say that in the sense of just like how the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie was, where it just felt like a very, very long and drawn out episode. If
Uh-huh.
anyone has seen that,
I have.
I mean, yeah, it's a common thing with a lot of adaptations like that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
hard. It's like the Simpsons movie is like I would say one of the cartoon movies that really feels like a big movie. Like it really like does things like
Movie
examine
on the big screen.
Like it's really like big in scale and like just like a lot of like character like analysis type stuff. And like the SpongeBob movie, is like kind of an analysis of, like SpongeBob's character. Like I feel like when you bring a movie to the big screen, as silly as it sounds, the best thing to do is like kind of analyze your main character a bit. Like
you gotta do a hell of a lot more than what you're already doing with
Yeah.
like the show.
Mm-hmm.
that's
I
what
feel like there's potential here.
I've listened to one of the songs that sounds like there's something like kind of related to that in the movie. Like, so that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
There's like a lot of focus on like Luis.
Yeah.
I think we didn't talk about that, so it's interesting.
The Teen Titans Go movie. That's a funny movie because like it's like I think the way they made that movie look more theatrical is funny. They used to use a real picture of the sky in the background at all times.
I remember
That's it.
hearing that. I remember hearing that movie was actually good.
It's pretty
contrary
alright,
to
yeah.
The show.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's like it's funny. It's got antics. It has some great songs. Am I right?
Picture of my
But
movie.
how are we gonna get everyone to laugh if we don't say waffle throughout the whole movie? And for at least a good 10 minutes.
That was
Great.
it. There was no waffles. How am I supposed to laugh at that?
Remember when the Teen Titans killed Batman's parents?
I do.
I do remember. I remember the very last joke was Robin encouraging all the kids in the audience to ask their parents where babies come from.
That is what he does. Yeah, he like gets up on the screen and goes, "Kids, ask your parents where babies come from."
And then the credits roll.
I think
Yeah.
the SpongeBob movie has one of my favorite like cartoon like to like movie like visual changes because what they do is they follow the storyboards like really really closely in that movie and like has like a really unique look to it compared to the show. I always really liked that.
Uh-huh.
You mean the first movie, right?
Yeah, the first movie.
I haven't seen the other ones. I kind of want to.
The second one is a really fun time. The third one you could probably skip. To be honest.
The third one is not even canon, I'd say.
hmm
I'm a big SpongeBob canon enthusiast. I'm gonna say
know
that
that
one's not
there's a-
canon.
I know that there's a third one, but the only two I remember is the first one and Fish Out of Water.
The
Yeah.
third one is worth looking up clips of the animation for, but I don't think you should sit through all of it. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's cute, but
Now-
nothing crazy.
All right, let's talk about. So Multiverses has had a lot of news recently, and I think I want to say me and Rosa are the only ones here who actually played the demo they did recently.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Yeah. So I guess let's just talk about how we felt playing it. I've played a lot. I think I've played more than like Rosa did. I played like a good few hours of it.
Uh-huh.
I like it. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool that there's like kind of another because I love Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, but it's definitely unpolished. And it's also like a full price, even though none of the devs wanted it to be. It was a choice by Nick. I think this one has a real appeal that it's really polished and it's free. So it's good. It's a good like I think when updates like ask your friends if they want to hang out and play type of game. And from like a personal place of myself, I've said this before. I play games, but I'm a much bigger animation fan than like game fan at the end of the day. So for me, getting a game that kind of like has fun fan service stuff for like Adventure Time and like Looney Tunes and Steven Universe is like really cool to me. Like it's fun to get like something that like I don't know. It's cool to like play like a competent like really polished game that's like it's like Jake the dog as like a
Yeah.
fighting game character. I think that's
It's
fun.
very AAA.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of faith put into it.
What do you think, Rosa? You played it too.
Yeah, I love it. I am hope it's having a Switch version soon, right?
We don't know, but it sounds like there's a mobile port coming, and if it's going to mobile, I'm certain it can work on Switch.
Yeah, like I really enjoy playing it. Just like starting games up on my PC is like a pain. Like that's why I'm hoping for like a Gurman port.
Mhm.
Because like when I have to go into Gurman, I have to like open up like a third app just to like configure the controls.
Yeah.
What is that?
Gurren?
Guruman?
Yeah,
Guruman?
Gurman, a monstrous adventure.
Monsters Adventure?
Yeah.
It's a game where a girl dances very funky with some monsters, and it's very fun.
Okay,
So,
cool.
I'd say one of
It's
the
on
big
Steam.
one of the big draws in multiverses, and I think this is something it does better than like Smash Bros. In terms of like a crossover fighting game, is there's a lot of voice acting in multiverses, like hours and hours of like voice acting, and like there's tons of unique interactions, and I think that's scratching an itch. I think like I said, I think Smash doesn't always scratch. Where like with something like Smash, they're all kind of, it's like all these characters are put into a thing, but like they just kind of exist next to each other, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't, it doesn't really explore like these characters together.
I'd say Smash Brothers kind of, it almost feels like itself more than it does like a crossover
Mhm.
at this point. Like,
Yeah.
it definitely has like crossover elements, but it's really cool to see a game where, I don't know, they just emphasize a lot of like those sort of matchups.
And
Like Jake has unique lines when he is fighting against Tom and Jerry.
like you
stuff.
learn that he hates them.
Yeah,
No, there's tons of voice acting, there's tons of lines. Everyone does a good job except I don't want to be rude. The kid who's doing Steven is like not the
you don't
best.
like him?
No, he's fine, but like it's hard not to like get the fact that it's like kind of sounds like a parody of Steven out of my head sometimes.
It's like season
Pizza!
one, Jake.
He should scream like, hamburgers!
It's like the bit they did in like the Adventure Time special for like Finn and Jake.
Yeah. That's what it kind
Or
of
the,
feels
like,
like. Yeah.
Fake season 1 versions of himself. Yeah.
Speaking of Jake, John Madagio, as always, I think is like always killing it with anything he's ever given for Jake. He loves voicing this character, and it's always a blast to hear him do it.
It made him cry that it was like his like his last con.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
he loves Jake, so I always get happy when I get to hear him voice Jake again.
Yeah.
There's go on.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think he's the only actor on Adventure Time who's like played his character like in everything
Mhm.
that he's been in.
Yeah, no, he loves Jake. One of my big complaints about the game right now, though, is I don't really like a lot of the stages.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit. They all feel very flat. I guess is the best way to put it. Like there's a lot of like 2D drawn on things, and like the platform layouts aren't very interesting. And like in the demo,
Right.
there was like 3 stages, and the Scooby-Doo one wasn't very fun in particular. I kind of hope there's more in the final game, and I'm sure there will be. And I hope they're a bit more fun, I want to say, is the best way I would put it.
I think a lot of things sort of feel like kind of like function over form, I guess. Like, I thought that about the menus too, how they're kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
they do the job. They're not like super, they don't feel super like, I don't know, stylish or
They're like
in-depth.
Fortnite modern game UI.
Yeah, it's got esports menus.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, which is like, it's like fine. They're very much targeting competitive players, I feel.
I can live with the
Yeah.
UI, but I think where my real problem with the presentation comes in is like the music is not fitting at all for this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
What?
Al the only ones that had like genuine interest, like the Adventure Time one, because you could hear like one of the tunes played.
No, it's weird because it's a good song, but it doesn't feel right for a fighting game. It feels like the music that would play in like an Adventure Time adventure game. Because when I think
Yeah.
fighting game, I think a lot more like poppy or techno or like stuff that's really fast paced.
Yeah, get a real strong beat in there.
You want it like the Tekken 7 soundtrack in this game?
and it's,
Banjo and Kazooie, yeah.
And I think it's interesting in the case, like, even Adventure, because Adventure Time's soundtrack is very chiptune-y, and I feel like really upping, because, like, the DS game has, like, songs like that, or, like, very, like, fast chiptune-y type songs, and I feel like that's kind of the song I would expect in a fighting game for Adventure Time, but it's, like, a
Right.
very slow, atmospheric, like, orchestral song, and it's very weird.
Someone might do a mod. We'll see.
Yeah, it has very, I call it like licensed game music.
Mhm.
Something about it reminds me of like, I don't know. There's so many like weird licensed games I've played on like my Wii, and it's just playing that like orchestral music, and it's always really quiet. I always feel like I'm like, I feel like I have memories of like falling asleep, and like my room is really warm, and
I
the
mean,
summer sun is beaming in, and I'm
Mhm.
like sleeping to this like orchestral like Pixar game menu music that
Up
just
on Wii.
forever that loops forever. Yeah, it just loops forever. Like, and there's no like special like I don't know jingles or anything. It's just yeah.
So out of the demo I played, my favorite characters to play as were I liked Jake, Garnet, and Velma. Rosa, who did you like playing as?
I had a lot of fun playing Harley Quinn. She's just very quick, costs a lot of burn damage. Tom and Jerry are hilarious to play as. When I played,
don't they fucking do their scream when
yes,
like,
Yeah.
when they die, they scream. And
It-
here's the thing
That's-
about Tom and Jerry.
That's
Now,
like the one thing I know about this game.
I think what's funny is that like they also have like Isabel's side B, and also on top of that, when I played as Tom and Jerry online, Superman started like trying to murder me on sight.
he wanted that mouse and rat dead.
Yeah.
Mouse and what?
Mouse and rat. Yeah, you choose who's who. Now I have to ask though, what do you think
Yes.
about Rain Dog?
Ooh.
Well, I know Jarma mains Rain Dog.
Really?
See,
No, he doesn't.
No.
What?
Do you like Rain Dog?
Me?
Yeah.
As someone who's never played multiverses,
Why not?
I do like Rain Dog because I didn't get the I I don't think I've played a game that isn't Kirby, Sonic, or The Sims in the past like 7 months.
It's true, you were playing Sonic Mania. I saw when I was playing Grandia.
Yeah.
What do you like about Rain Dog? Can you name your 5 favorite things about Rain Dog right now for me?
Oh, my 5 favoriteest things about Rain Dog. 1, he's fluffy. 2, he's a big chunky boy. 3, he goes boof. 4, he has all kinds of cool special moves that you can try out in multiverses. And 5, you can play as him right now in the wait, did it just close?
Yeah, the demo's
Okay.
over. You can't play as him. You have to think of a new
You
one.
can play as him in like 2 months when the beta demo comes out.
All
There we
right, there you go. So I guess after like talking about what's actually in the game, there's been a lot of stuff leaked for this game.
Yes.
For example, this is in the game. You can find this. You click random. You can play as Fern, from Adventure Time, and if you're an Adventure Time fan, you might know if whenever they reference something that isn't from season 1 or Fiona and Cake, it's very exciting.
It's a huge pog moment.
It's a huge event.
Yes.
I love. It's cool. Fern is playable. I'm really excited to
Yeah.
play as Fern.
Yeah, I like
wa-
him.
You think Fern's gonna get like his own unique lines, right?
They did so for Cake, so I imagine they will for Fern. Yeah, it'd be weird if they didn't.
I hope they're like happy lines, you know. I want Fern to be happy. Like I'm glad to be out here.
I want him to say Schmauzau.
He should like say Schmauzau, like really like unsure himself, like Schmauzau.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be so sad and thematic.
On top of that, the original guy who leaked this game in the first place, came back for round 2, to say the least. And we learned a few more things coming to this game. And let me plop the list of characters. There's been a few data mined characters, but he like dropped a list of characters like nobody like heard about to this point. And let me plop this list on screen for you real quick because it's an all-star lineup. Let me get this on his screen real fast.
You
Yeah, let's
better
just-
be there, because WB Kids was no joke.
Well, they did. I saw the first name on that one of the lists. Akko from Little Witch
So
Academia.
that list you're thinking of, Rosa, is fake.
Damn it!
Let me get the real one. Okay,
I
so
want to see Akko kick the shit out of Ted Lasso.
a list of
I-
characters that are very likely to be
Scorpion.
coming are Samurai Jack, which I think is obvious. I'd be shocked if he never made it in. The Powerpuff Girls all as one fighter. The Animaniacs also all as one fighter. It seems like specifically Duck Dodgers is coming. Scorpion for Mortal Kombat. Ben 10, and last but not least,
Certainly not least.
Ted Lasso from the Apple TV original Ted Lasso. Now, I want you to imagine in your head real quick who you think Ted Lasso is. Just try to picture like
Yeah,
who you
assuming you haven't, just pretend you haven't seen him before.
like imagine this character they're gonna put in a fighting game, like fighting game character. Picture what you think someone named Ted Lasso is.
It sounds like a cowboy, but I know for a fucking fact it's not.
All right, here's Ted Lasso.
I had the unfortunate luxury of actually seeing the show.
How was it?
Not good.
This
What? It's a Emmy award-winning television program.
his name is 7 Emmy Awards.
So what? Can anyone here tell us what the show is? Because I've never seen it. I've seen this like poster for it when scrolling through Apple TV to get to the latest episode of Central Park.
It's about
But-
FIFA.
It's just
As
about
you can see
that's
there.
it.
FIFA,
I mean,
and I'll wrap it around, baby. FIFA's back. FIFA sweep.
Is there anything about this show that I would not get from looking at this very bare bones picture?
Well, what do you mean? You don't completely understand the show just by seeing this, Mr. 70.
Is he like a coach? Is he a fan?
I don't
Is
know.
it like a documentary? Is it like what is it? It's a comedy?
It's
What-
Ted Lasso?
So, Zumo, you've seen this show. What kind of awesome moves would Ted Lasso have in a fighting game, you think?
Yeah. Tell us.
Probably. I imagine he'll probably have a moveset similar to Wii Fit Trainer.
Okay.
But if Wii Fit Trainer was nothing but the volleyball or the weight ball,
Hey, so if Wii Fit Trader had none of the moves except for one.
Yes. basically,
Okay.
So,
it's all centered around the soccer ball.
personally, I'm very hyped for Ted Lasso to join the fray alongside Jake the dog. Personally, just how I'm feeling.
This is a show of 7 Emmys and it premiered 2 years ago. This must be a really good show.
Yeah.
This
think
must be
he's
the
like
best
a-
show ever created.
He's probably
call
like the
that a
pilot for
sweep.
Corin of like multiverse.
This is gonna be really. You think so? I don't know.
No,
Is he
come
gonna have a
on.
taunt? Is he gonna have a taunt where he says, "I cannot lose"?
Yeah, Ted Lasso will say that.
I cannot lose. I have 7 Emmys.
He's gonna
That should be
pull-
one of his attacks, like from the Simpsons Family Guy crossover. He throws his Emmys at you.
He's gonna pull out his Emmys as an attack.
Yeah.
So alongside these leaked characters, ones we know about that are probably gonna be like when the game comes out is the Joker baby from Batman, Raven from Teen Titans, Gizmo from Gremlins, Gizmo Bros sound off in chat, Marvin the Martian, LeBron James from Real Life, Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty, they're separate characters, Scooby-Doo from Scooby-Doo, 2 Game of Thrones bitches, the Wicked Witch, and Godzilla, and also Johnny Bravo is probably gonna be in the game.
I'm okay
Honestly,
with Johnny Bravo. That'd be funny to see.
I'm pretty into a lot of these.
Yeah.
I mean, this all sounds like good things. So, like, we got a lot of cartoon characters.
That's what I care about the most, so I'm doing
Yeah,
good.
I got a question.
Yeah?
Which Ben 10 are they gonna add in? Like Alien Force, like the current Ben 10, the original, young Ben, old Ben?
I imagine the default will be like whatever the most iconic Ben is, which is which
It'll
one?
Probably be different skins.
Yeah,
I think
because I'll have different
I think the-
skins.
It's,
You know
it's
what?
probably gonna be the sword thing.
Yeah,
I think it is gonna be the first original Kid Ben 10, and he'll be voiced by Tara Strong.
Probably would, because like I just realized if it is skins, then like didn't Ben have different aliens when he fucking grew up and shit?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. I think they
I
will
am-
just stick to the more iconic ones.
I imagine that my guess is that it's gonna be like how Hero is in Smash Bros, where like you just fucking go through the Omnitrix and probably you get whatever alien. That or like Shulk, where you like hold down and pick whatever buff you want.
It started with an alien and I did what it did. That's what I know
I
about
also
that show.
like the thing,
Sorry.
Ben 10.
how would they give Ben 10 10-year-old Ben like a 6-year-old skin. I
Uh,
think they'll probably do like the sword thing, where like they give him like his older outfit, but it'll look like too big for him.
Yeah, so I don't know how public this information is, but there is like a Steven Universe Future skin for Steven in the game's files, and it's just like that design on like shorter Steven, so I imagine that's what they'll do for Ben, probably.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Steven,
We'll go right
it's Ben 10. You can turn to
Also, I
many
added
different
another
forms.
alternate reality NFT.
Oh my god. Oh my god, who is
What
this?
the hell is that supposed to be? Dude, this looks like L from Death Note to me.
It's another Precure.
I don't know. Is this the
Okay.
boy?
No,
Is
it
this the
isn't.
boy guy?
Which boy?
The new one.
Why
The
does
one.
he? How does he have
Yes.
like me maker hair?
Can you talk about Shagworth? Yes, you can play as Great Uncle Shagworth in this game. I
Yeah.
did.
Ah,
I did.
My dear nephew, Shaggy.
I played enough to unlock him. And he does have completely unique voice lines where he does speak like that, and it's very funny.
They should have. I think every Scooby character needs at least one like relative skin, right?
Yeah.
Because the relatives are such a big part of Scooby Doo. You know, it's really about family. At the end of the day.
Okay. Velma has like a sister that's in a few of the specials, so she could have that. But like Scooby's got a
Okay.
lot of options.
Yeah, I think they might. I think they'll go with Scooby Dum.
Scooby Dum, you
I think-
think?
I think that's their go-to.
Okay.
I think he's the most iconic that also fits Scooby's like body type.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hot dog water. They should actually.
I get hot dog water could probably also just be on the skin.
Scooby Dum blows chunks. Excuse me. Hold on.
If hot dog water is like fighting against another villain, she'll just start saying gay things to her.
Seep, I want to hear a defense for Scooby Dum. Let's hear it.
He's blue.
Uh-huh.
He's. Yeah, we love our like blue Hanna-Barbera
He's not
dogs on
blue,
this show.
actually. He's like gray.
I think you're
Well,
thinking
he's
about
no-
Poofer.
No, he's like a blue dog.
I'm
Like
lo-
how dogs are blue. No, like how dogs are blue in real life. You know? Where he's
Uh-huh.
not actually blue, but they'll call it a blue dog. I think that's right. They're called dogs blue. He's like a blue breed of dog.
He's not blue.
I know he's
gray.
gray. I know he's gray, but like they call dogs blue. I got one
What?
person saying I'm right.
Yeah, 1% out of how 48.
Yes.
The
That's
odds
what I
are.
meant.
The odds
He's
are
called
in
like
your
a-
favor.
He's called like a blue Great Dane. That's like the species of dog.
Foofer for multiverses, by the way.
Okay. But gray dogs are literally blue. There you go. I know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I
Alright,
read like
Seep, whatever.
hundreds of
How much it
Wikipedia
costs
articles.
for them to say that?
What?
Yeah, how much did you
No,
pay?
come on. I didn't pay Autumn in chat to
You
say
paying our
that.
viewers here?
No. Come on.
Like this podcast makes money.
Yeah, hold on. I don't see a dime off this shit.
Till now, maybe it seems.
You make a couple dimes. Oh,
That's true.
don't
I
sell
made
yourself short.
it. Gosh.
Lord.
Does anyone have any final words on multiverses before we move on to the big thing for today's show?
Yeah, I mean there's some things. They announced Sam Jackson is playing Garfield's dad.
They did.
And that's the first time we're going to be seeing that character in any media. Didn't even know he had a dad.
Yeah, I thought
Rick and Morty, the anime got announced.
I do know about that. Yeah.
I feel like
What?
wait, you think they're gonna add in the anime Rick and Morty into multiverse?
I don't
As
see
like
why
completely new
not.
characters.
Why
God.
not?
Still
God.
definitely Effie.
They they fucking fight like Blaze Blue characters.
Oh my god! Wait, no way.
Let's see. We have a new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
big news.
the one.
Now that it's in the public domain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like a terrible low budget horror movie. It's just really funny, I guess.
It's probably
Um,
going. It's probably going to make a shit ton because of the publicity now.
It's for,
It's
and,
probably
and
going
I,
to turn a profit.
I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult. With
Yeah.
I've seen it's like a Halloween mask Pooh Bear. Have you
Yeah.
heard the synopsis for that movie?
What is it? It's like someone's in the 100-acre woods and they try to kill her or something.
It's that it's like Christopher Robin went to college and he left all the animals behind. So Pooh and Piglet have like gone feral, and they've eaten all the other characters that aren't in the
Because
public
yeah,
domain.
because Tigger's in the public domain yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty crazy. That this got announced like quick. Someone like was just waiting. We're just like looking on the list of characters about to be public domain to like make their quick buck.
Yeah.
It's just
You
really
know-
funny.
Oh no. I like this moment from Mana. If Pooh is the largest, then why does he simply not eat the other? Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But I
it
like
did
this.
happen.
Oh yep.
Uh.
I want to say. All I want to say is this. I want to see someone make a thing where Pooh Bear does like a dragon install.
What?
You don't know what a dragon install is?
No, I don't. Why would I know
Yeah.
that?
Let me
That sounds
teach
like
you
a
how to
movie
do it.
in
All right,
Yakuza.
everybody, sit down. Let me teach you how to do a dragon install.
Okay.
All right, to do a dragon install,
Okay.
Yeah.
down, back, quarter circle, S.
You
Is that it?
higher
Are you
member,
done?
can you read?
Are we gonna have Pooh's move list in the like physical release of this
It's
movie?
Pooh list.
It's
Yeah.
Poohless.
This is
Sorry.
move list.
Somebody asked about this in chat. Amphibia did end. But the problem I'm having is I think like only 2 out of the 4 of us have watched that show, and I would feel bad talking about it, like
Yeah.
just spoiling everything in case either of the 2 of them want to watch it someday.
I tried to get.
Show.
I tried to look into people. I didn't get anything back. But yeah, we might say if we have time about like stuff we watched, just say like some like vague things
Yeah.
about it, because. But yeah, they released a new Sonic short, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty neat. This isn't news, but this is something I didn't find out till like a week ago. They're making a Daffy and Porky movie for HBO Max.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're gonna finally gay sex.
Yeah, it's the plot is like
toys.
No.
the plot is that they like find out about like an alien invasion or something while working at a factory. This is kind of noteworthy of like they don't often make like Looney Tunes movies, right?
No, not anymore.
No. So
Not,
I think
it's
that'd
not
be pretty
hip or
neat.
jive anymore. That's why.
Yeah, but this is based specifically on like the recent HBO Max shorts they've been doing, which have been pretty critically acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be neat. They're very much in like they're very faithful to like the 40s shorts. Like they're very slapstick heavy and stuff.
Mhm.
They better kiss.
They better kiss. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how, because all those shorts are like they're pretty strict with like the 4 to 6 minute runtime on those.
Mm-hmm.
So to stretch that out to a whole movie, I'm not really sure how that'll go. I haven't really watched any of the other like animated Looney Tunes movies they did like 800 years ago.
You haven't watched Daffy Duck
One was in the
shorts?
desert.
No, Daffy Duck movie where they insert like sport shorts in between the like new animation.
No, I haven't. I the only, or maybe I did. The only thing I remember, I think there was one where he was like in the desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know that one?
I think you're thinking
I
of
just
the one
remember
where like
Daffy in the desert.
he and Speedy get like stuck on an island together and they find like that magic wishing well. I think that might be
Okay.
the thing you're thinking of.
I have no idea. It was like it was from like years ago.
Well, hold on. You've seen a Looney Tunes movie. You've seen Space Jam too.
Yeah, I mean, I've
You
seen
count
like
that.
the like the modern, like the postmodern, like
In
Like Looney
3D
Tunes.
land.
3D land.
I've seen those. I've seen like Back in Action and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't seen like Mel Blanc is still alive Looney Tunes movies really.
What we're trying to say, Doc, is we need your help.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Peeked out the microphone for that one.
I probably didn't even come through.
It was starting to go out when you were screaming.
Yeah.
Let's all spin over on the screen like it's Space Jam, like all the characters do. Like, let's spin over the screen in the theme.
There's they showed the first look of the Velma TV show.
They did.
Just a Velma TV show of her.
Yeah.
Just with her.
So
I
the big thing people are talking about is that they've changed her like race. And here's the thing. I don't get how in the year 2022 you could care about the fact they changed Scooby-Doo characters. Like
it's
they do it all the time. Like they mesh those characters around all the. I don't get how you could care if they made Velma like dark skinned for like one spell-off. You're gonna live.
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a like it's not I don't think it's even like that. It's not crazy at all. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff with Scooby-Doo. And Velma
Yeah.
is one of their permitted like she can be non-white characters like
Mhm.
consistently.
Yeah.
It's like it's fine. I was more
Remember-
concerned with like there was like a severed head.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
with,
it's
like,
adult.
Its brain exposed. It's very much. It's gonna be like an adult, like prequel series or something.
You think they'll make her gay in this
Lord.
one? You think they'll go for it?
I think
They should.
they should. I feel like they have nothing to fear really. If they can show Velma looking at a head with its brain exposed,
Yeah.
they can have her just be a little. They can have her be a little.
Coincidentally, I remember there's like, what was it? A fan-made Riverdale style Scooby-Doo thing out there on YouTube.
That sounds
Right.
about right.
Yeah, I think that's all the news.
All
before we
right.
go into our big.
Well, oh,
but
Thank you for tuning
first,
in.
first, I think we should just give a moment of silence and
Mhm.
respect for It's Pony,
oh,
which-
yeah.
just recently ended. Okay.
It's another Nick
Uh,
show. To the void.
Next topic.
All right. You ready? You ready for this? Are you ready? 'Cause I'm
Oh.
ready.
All right, viewers, get ready for the
Why does-
ultimate ready to start cast debate of all time.
Why
is
does
you're about
Sora
to
Dash look like a straight precursor?
This we're about to see the clashing of opinions like never before on this show. I don't think we've ever disagreed on something more heavily.
Ooh.
It
Let's
might get
see.
violent, it might get loud, but we're here for it.
All right.
We took notes. Some didn't.
I kind of did.
I didn't take notes.
Let's see if this pretty average movie is good or bad.
Let's
I-
see. Ryan, what did you think
I
of the Chip
thought
and Dale movie?
This movie was mediocre.
Well,
shit.
I thought the Chip and Dale movie was pretty fun at times. It was like good. I liked it.
I disagree. I thought it was mediocre most of the time, but okay sometimes.
Oh, how could you think that the Chip and Dale movie was mediocre most of the time and okay sometimes? I thought it was okay most of the time and good sometimes.
Things to be getting pretty heated around here, folks.
I thought those
What happened
chipmunks were passable.
Well, I thought that there were quite a few lines from their characters that gave me some chuckles here and there.
I didn't think that.
Well, I did think that.
All right, good bit.
I'm not gonna be your friend anymore, and I'm gonna walk away. And we're not gonna talk for 5 minutes.
Me too. I'll see you at the climax.
Truly a clash between minds here, folks.
This movie actually did not really do that.
It didn't really know that. The kind of like seemed like it was going to. Then it like lasted like literally 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean they had like a clashing. They set it up though. Like they had some beef going into it. So it was justified.
Anyway, yeah. I thought Chip and Dale was just whatever.
I like how B. Kerr described this as the two fish from watching SpongeBob Patrick fight. This is kind of lame.
Oh, Lou wants to be let in so bad. We can't let. We gotta fully discuss. We can't. No. Let's just
We have to.
no. We can. Yeah. Let's discuss it. I
Lou,
mean, it's a
here's
big
what
thing.
we'll do. Lou,
we could talk about it for like
exactly 20 minutes from now, Lou, you can enter the call and say what you want to say, but you have to wait 20 minutes exactly.
20 minutes, no more than that.
All
Yeah.
right.
No less.
Yeah, I thought the movie was just whatever. So let me tell
Yeah.
the story. When I first watched this, I really hated it. I like despised it on my first watch, but I need to explain. When I first watched it, I was in a really bad mood that day. Like I was in not a great headspace, and I don't need to go like personal life things, but I just wasn't in a great spot that day. And I watched it in a call. It was really loud. There was a lot of people talking because, like, you're reacting to things, which is fine. It was bound to happen in a movie like this.
Yeah.
But I think that volume with my mood and the movie being kind of cynical made me like hate it a lot. So I rewatched it. I did a rewatch like later by myself, and I went from hating it to like just being whatever about it. I thought it's perfectly whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and we all watched it, all four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Ryan and I just have the most polarizing, scathing opinions about it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I have
indeed. From what
really-
we've seen about a good 2 minutes ago.
I had some really strong opinions about it.
I think I just want to say real quick. I think it is too. Like I think just obtusely bad things in this movie. One of them is everything involving the Peter Pan character. It's just kind of the real world connections are incredibly uncomfortable, and also like it's not even worth it because he's not really that funny or interesting or like menacing. He's just kind of a bad villain character. If I'm being frank, the real world connections were just kind of not worth it. If you know this movie, it sounds like the original thing was supposed to be. It was supposed to like be a Pluto twist, and like that's so
Right.
dumb that I think it would have been better because it's just so ridiculous. I think that would have made the movie a lot less weird because you have to watch the whole thing with like that real world connection, and this villain is just not very funny or entertaining, so it's just not worth it.
And-
Go on.
I was just gonna talk more about the villain, I don't even watching it. I don't even entirely like this. There's like a really tragic story about like the original actor for Peter Pan, who's like a child star, who like as he grew up, he had a lot of like trouble and stuff. It's you can probably look it up, and it really I don't even know. I can't say with confidence they even did it on purpose. It just kind of seems like a kind of, just the kind of thing you would do with like a cynical like Peter Pan kind of character.
Yeah.
But even with that, it was kind of just like, I don't know. It's if you know the story, like the actual story, it's just kind of hard to not think about that.
Yeah, it's even if it's a coincidence, it's like scarily spot on to like what actually happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like commentary and just like child actors as a whole. Like I think the trope of like washed up bitter child star who's like an adult now is like pretty common, and it makes and like you do that with Peter Pan because this whole thing is like, oh, he never grows up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It feels like even if the directors didn't know, it feels like someone at Disney should have like been like, "Hey, you probably should change this like to Pinocchio or something."
yeah, maybe they figured like it's just not common enough knowledge for people to like make a big deal about it. I don't really know.
I mean, it's a PG movie. You think a lot of kids are gonna know this story?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, he wasn't really that funny.
No,
anyway, so.
it just wasn't worth it. Like for like what it was. Like he's not funny. He's not like intimidating. He's not like interesting. Like I thought near the end they might like surprise me with like redeeming him, but like it plays very straight.
Yeah, it's not like entirely unsympathetic to like the topic of like child stars because it's like sort of meant to like because this whole movie is kind of like talking about they're like actors and they're talking about like the industry can be like rough or whatever. They don't really like do anything interesting with him specifically. But yeah, what else did you have to say, Ryan?
I
Chip and Dale.
think the other thing in this movie that's pretty like obtusely like bad, and I think probably people won't really debate me on that is the 2D 3D animation on like the main characters, like the main like characters who are quote unquote 2D is not good. It looks bad. It's very obviously 3D. They don't express very well. I think in particular, Gadget and Mondary have like really bad rigs. Like their facial expressions barely change whenever they're on
Yeah,
screen.
It's kind of like they weren't expecting to use them much, so they didn't like put their all with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like actually at a point watching the fucking movie. Like I got like up until I think when it came to the present day that I actually sort of realized that that it was a 3D model trying to emulate the 2D stuff. When I realized that, it was when I forgot his name, but their friend that fucking
Yeah.
God. Wait, I mean, are we going light
cheese
on
guy?
spoilers
You,
here?
you can go spoilers.
we can
This
spoil-
this movie's
yeah,
been out for a
alright.
while.
Anyone cares.
Okay, but like when they got to the scene where we were like getting the setup to the conflict and they were in his house, I noticed that he was animated very fucking weirdly, and I realized that it was 3D.
So
When it's kind of just that character, and like I believe Gadget and whoever the fuck the name of the fly character
fly.
is.
Zippo.
Zippy.
Whatever.
I when it got to them, they were animated very weirdly. Chip,
Yeah.
I'd say was fine. I could
I
tell
honestly-
that Chip was 3D, but like the way that they kind of, I'd say that they sort of, in some portions, pulled off him looking like he was an animated character of the time or what the fuck ever.
I actually kind of I do agree with you. Like I think it's if you know a lot about animation, it's like obvious what they do.
Mm.
But I think with like Chip, it's kind of like I could just kind of after a while just forgive it. Like I get what they're trying to do. And sometimes if you're like you could just like understand the point. Like you just kind of like
No,
you're
yeah,
like,
I got it.
whatever."
I think the big problem though for me, what I kind of came to the conclusion is they animate the 2D characters, like the ones who are supposed to look 2D-ish, the same exact way they animate Dale, who's supposed to be like a real character. Which
Right.
to give credit to like the Tom and Jerry like movie that came out recently, Tom and Jerry were 3D, but they animated it very 2D like. But like Chip
Mhm.
and like Gadget and like Monterey Jack like all like animate just like how Dale does.
Yeah. And I think seeing the whole movie, I do understand why they made them 3D.
Mhm.
Because there are a lot of 2D animated characters in this movie.
Probably to save money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there are a lot of like very like 3D shots in the movie, and I think realistically they probably would have had to like if they went 2D on Chip, they would either have to like draw a lot of frames, or like have them switch between 2D and 3D sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just kind of stuck with the easier one.
You know what? You know what's even weirder than like the 2D 3D stuff? The fact the puppet was 3D animated. Like
Yeah.
Wait, in the part where they were doing the police investigation.
yeah,
Yeah.
that puppet's 3D animated, and I think that's really weird. Like, why didn't you just get an actual
Really?
puppet?
I was thinking that like I constantly kept going back to that part and like thinking that it was kind of weird looking. Like I laughed at it at first because like it was a pretty funny gag.
Oh,
but,
it's a
like,
funny
seeing
scene.
that
I
it was-
agree.
Seeing that it was animated in 3D, I kind of felt like, well, why didn't they just have someone in that shot just put a sock in their hand? Was it
Yeah.
really cost efficient
they did.
to have that animated?
Wait, no. What are we talking about? The same puppet scene?
The cheese one, yeah. The cheese guy.
Yeah.
Not. We blew the budget. on Katy Perry.
Not the literal sock
not that
puppet.
one. Not that one.
Okay, yeah. I actually didn't really notice that. I mean, you know, it's one of those things like freaking Spider-Man suit is CGI now.
No, so like the puppet like didn't bother me. I'm just more confused. I feel like it would have been cheaper to just have one puppet.
Someone
Maybe.
literally could have just took their own sock.
I mean, maybe they just wanted to be really specific with the design.
Maybe.
Like,
How can you not be more specific with just using a sock? You could go.
it wasn't a no.
like
This is we're not talking about the sock. It's not the sock. He was the
Oh, okay,
Muppet
okay.
at the cheese
Okay.
store. That guy.
That one.
that was yeah.
like-
Voiced by Keegan Michael Key.
Oh god, you're right. He was. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
understand why that one was 3D.
I don't know. I don't know how the
Uh,
film
yeah,
industry
it's
works.
weird.
Maybe they just
so-
wanted to do like certain shots where he's. I don't know. I don't really care about that.
So in
It's
terms,
a funny bit though.
I
I think
guess
maybe
I could
just
say
so he could,
with-
like
Oh my gosh.
You go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it just so he wait was he like holding on to like Chip and Dale at one point?
He was.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
that.
Right. Okay.
Maybe.
And puppeting is really hard. Maybe they
Mhm.
didn't have a guy there. I don't know.
So
I guess.
I don't even know how to describe. I feel like the movie's plot is okay. The writing's okay.
Yeah.
It's like once I feel like the thing is, and a lot of people pointed out the same thing I'm about to point out. Nobody on Twitter when this movie came out was talking about the plot. It was all like,
Of course not.
if
It
anyone
was
was
all
talking,
the shit posty things that they found in the.
discussion of this movie on Twitter was 50% Ugly Sonic, 40% every other cameo, and 10% the actual movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, like, I'm wondering if it was really the plot that they want it to be like the biggest part of this, because
Mhm.
like it's pretty like straightforward and whatnot.
I would say it was. I think this movie's very driven by its comedy. I
Mhm.
think if you'd find it funny, I think you'd be entertained throughout. Because I think a lot of it was funny. Like that was a lot of my enjoyment from it.
I think my thing with the comedy is I feel like there's setups to jokes, like the notion of a character, but they don't really do a joke with, like, the South Park dad is in this movie. And
Yeah.
it's like
Randy.
Randy is in this movie, but like there's not like a joke with him. He's just kind of there. But like, and then sometimes though there is like a joke attached to, like, Ugly Sonic. Like, as silly as it sounds, Ugly Sonic is like like a really expanded upon joke in this movie that they do a lot
Yeah.
with.
It was really. I liked him.
I mean, because like that's a thing that'll get people talking, and guess what? It did.
Yeah. But I think, it was a pretty. I think it's pretty interesting. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, discussing, because I did have a good time, and I can see it's a movie where I could very much see like people, like, why people would not be into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking of like a moment that really made me laugh. There's like a joke where like the cops had to infiltrate Nickelodeon Junior
Ah,
Studios. They
yeah.
call it. They can't call it Nick Junior. But they infiltrated Nick Junior. And they got mauled by the Paw Patrol, and
Yeah.
the police captain like can't have kids anymore. That's like a line, and that's kind of like as weird. It seems cheap to say like that's funny because it has like Nick Junior characters. Like you don't even see it; they just talk about it. But I don't know. For some reason, that did it for me. It's a very, I don't know.
I like when David Tennant went ha ha in his one scene.
Yeah. It's interesting if I don't know. I guess if you're like really, if you don't think it would do a lot for you, like a lot of the crossover elements of it, then I could see like you not really getting that much into it. But I don't know. I thought it was really funny when they had Bob the Blob and Mantis from Kung Fu Panda just kind of
All-
show up.
All voiced by fucking Seth Rogen, I believe.
Yeah.
The LARP.
I guess it's just very it's just I guess they do they kind of do things in a way where I just wouldn't expect. It feels very much like whoever was writing this just kind of like wrote a bunch of stuff and didn't expect all of it to make it in.
Do you know who actually like is behind this movie?
It's the Lonely Island dude, isn't it? One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the director.
But best known for Jizz in My Pants on YouTube.
Woo!
I mean, that's a classic
What now?
video.
I guess in a weird way, actually, I kind of wish this movie was weirder. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like it's
No, I totally understand.
I feel like
It's
it's borderline on being like as weird as I want it to be, but like so like for example, I really like the idea of like the bootleg characters. I think they're like kind of a fun horror thing for like a cartoon character experience, but like we don't see them a ton, and like they're not really given a ton of attention. I feel like it would have been fun if like maybe a few of them got like unleashed somewhere and like onto the public or something. Something more with them, because I think they're a fun concept, and this fucked up Phineas like I put on screen.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like for the most part they were kind of just trying to squeeze in as much jokes and like references as they possibly could with all the fucking IPs that they could use and whatnot.
I think this comment in chat is what I feel. The satire is a bit too like safe. Like I feel like I feel like it acknowledges some things exist, but doesn't really comment on it. I think is the best way to put it. I wish it had a bit more of like a point. I guess that's what I'm saying. This is silly to say, but
it's basically just like, I mean, that is like with how a lot of the, I guess, crossover elements are always just stuff that's in the background rather than like, just it sort of being in your face. I kind of am okay with that. I prefer that because if it's just a thing where like, hey, look, reference. Oh, look, hey, yo, look, another reference, and all that shit. I didn't fucking Ready Player One do the thing like that.
I don't think this is as bad as Ready Player One.
Okay.
In Ready Player One, they keep referencing like, oh, this is a card based on the DeLorean. And also fused with like
I'm completely fine with something as subtle as like Dobby being a fucking Gucci model.
That was Gucci Dobby.
Squidward being on the Walk of Fame.
I think we said this in call. Gucci. They put Gucci Dobby too early in the film because that's where it peaked.
Yeah.
It's as like E.T. versus Batman.
I thought Dobby, I thought that little elf was dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I think a lot of stuff I enjoy I just thought that was funny. It's kind of hard to explain why you think something is funny.
No, it's fine.
I do like. I feel like it does sort of avoid some of the, like obviously it's a Disney movie, but I feel like there's a lot of cameos that aren't driven by like corporate like interest, I guess.
Like South Park.
Yeah.
That's the one I keep going back to because it's not even in the credits for the rights. I don't know how they got that South Park guy in the movie.
I feel like I feel like whoever's like writing or directing or someone just probably knew like the guy who like made South Park or something. I don't know.
I will say I'm surprised with like how much things that like weren't just like mainstream or like 80s nostalgia animation. They reference Dipper, like I said on screen. Marceline is like very briefly in the movie, like during this part too. There's a few things like, oh, so it's not just like the bare basic things people know how to reference. There was Purple Gumball. Yeah, there's Jimmy Neutron's hair. There's a stolen fan art of Sora's hair.
There's
he somehow got the bullet bill in.
I saw Johnny Test as well.
There's a guy who looks like Johnny Test. I don't know if it's him, but there is someone who looks like him in this movie.
I could be making an extreme stretch here, but like when they open up the fucking container, I swear to God, I think I saw that character Blacksad as Samurai Jack.
There was Samurai Jack, yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
One thing I
this fucking cat head, and I'm wondering if it was Blacksad or not, if it was supposed to be. But anyways,
maybe it's Catman.
I did like when
no, it's not Catman. Catman has a white fur, and I've seen enough of Catman to know Catman if I've seen him.
I will say one other thing about this movie, like getting back and like I wish it was a bit weirder. I think the climax kind of plays into that because the final thing the villain becomes, I feel like could have been like way more over the top because as it is, like when he's getting like shot by those lasers, he's getting like mutilated. Like he's got like tentacles coming out, like lots of legs everywhere. But when he like kind of comes to, he's just kind of a jumble of a few parts. I feel like he should have been like an Akira monster of like cartoon parts. Like just like a horrific blob of like tons of like random cartoon parts. I think like that would have been more interesting to me.
Yeah.
For example,
I'm gonna wreck stuff.
Yeah,
it's like a ballistic Brian.
A ballistic Brian. Yeah, it's like an off-brand Bullet Bill. Yeah, I will say like, I think this has the issue of like the last 30 minutes are just kind of by the numbers for the most part. Like it just kind of does like, just a sort of like we're wrapping up the movie kind of stuff. I don't think there's a ton of funny jokes.
Oh wait, no, I did like I Pachunga though.
What?
When Bart Bootleg goes, I Pachunga.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty good.
I also like, I give it credit. I think the J.K. Simmons Clay guy is the more interesting of the two villains.
Yeah,
He's way
like
funnier.
definitely.
I mean, he always does his characters really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm J.K. Simmons. I'm the police sheriff.
The climax between him and the woman was more interesting than the one with like Chip and Dale and the villain. Like his like forms were like really like fun to like watch. And then I love the line where she's like, "You're better than this, Chief," and he's like, "No, I'm not," and then it just ends there.
Yeah, I really liked. I think that was like a genuinely really inventive
Lou.
thing where you see like a stop motion. It's like a stop motion live action hybrid fight. That was pretty cool. I like that.
That's one of the things that like I think I kind of like about the film is that like it didn't really do the live action cross with animation too much
Mhm.
because like I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like to a point it doesn't work, but like the problem is that movies use it as a crutch and they use it too much, which is why I like the second Sonic movie. For the most
Right.
part, the only actor that's interacting with like all the CG characters is Jim Carrey, but like he already does Robotnik really goddamn well.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
for the most part, that movie was just Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. It was solely about them,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like the first movie where it was like, "Oh, I'm Sonic. Here's my surrogate dad now," you know.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Pop.
So in this, so so in this one, and fucking Chip and Dale, I'm glad that it was kind of put to a moderate degree where it didn't feel like it was too much.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
one live action character, I think.
Like that one woman.
No.
Hi,
Yeah.
so Lou, what do you have to say?
Yeah, Luke.
Hi, I'm on my phone. I do apologize for the
Space
quality
phone.
of my voice.
You're
I
on
wanted,
like space phone.
I wanted to be on this podcast so badly because I wanted to talk about how much I hate this movie.
Well, hold
I
on.
see.
But here's what I'll say. I feel like I am a connoisseur of live action / animated movies.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
hybrid movies. They're my bread and butter.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
two favorite movies, Roger the Rabbit and the Bird one.
The bird one.
The Bird
Woody
one?
Woodpecker?
Oh yeah, I was thinking that. Oh god.
Yeah, sure, that one. I think that there's a lot of times this movie would like surprise me into laughing because of something kind of absurd or strange. Like, and usually it's a background gag, like a poster of Lego Les Miserables, which was like the funniest thing in the movie to me.
It should have been Lego
and-
Breaking Bad.
Towards the like last hour of the movie, every bit of joy was sucked out of it, and also my viewing experience. And I hate this movie, and I think that it will age like sour milk, and nobody will find it funny in 2 years. That's what I have to say.
It's funny you say that
can
because
agree with
as much praise as I gave to Ugly Sonic, I feel like it's one of those jokes like in 3 years, we'll be like, what was this about?
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to translate well to. I mean, I feel like even a young audience watching it now might have no idea what the hell Ugly Sonic is. Like a 5-year-old's not really gonna know what Ugly Sonic is because all they know is beautiful Sonic.
They only know
Yeah.
beautiful Sonic.
I mean,
It's
I mean,
Sonic
description of
EXE.
him.
I think it's not impossible just to get the joke of like, this is Sonic, but he looks ugly. People
Yeah.
know who Sonic is.
You think a child turned this movie on and went, Sonic EXE?
The creepypasta.
I'm out of town right now, so I couldn't be a part of the roast of Chip and Dale. I'm
It's not
glad you
even.
liked it, Seep.
Yeah,
Don't
thank you.
worry. Don't worry.
Thank-
This short appearance seems to have lambasted it enough.
Listen, I enjoyed it along with 80% of all the other people on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, you think it's the funniest movie in America?
It's the funniest movie in February.
Number one movie in America.
Number one movie on Disney Plus.
Chip and audience
Number one
agree.
movie.
Chip and Dale is a modern classic.
This movie ruined my marriage.
I think
Lou,
here's the one other thing I'm gonna say. Two things. One, like I said earlier, I feel like sometimes the back and forth with Chip and Dale was genuinely kind of fun. Like there were some kind of good lines between them, and like it was like, oh, okay, they're funny. They're bros, I guess. The second thing I was gonna say is that the rapping scene, I think
Oh,
it kind of displays all my problems with the movie, where it starts by going, oh man, it's so cringy when they make cartoon characters rap and they don't know how to rap, and then they do it and it is cringy, and I didn't
well,
like
no, I can defend. I'm gonna defend that scene.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna defend it
Okay.
because they don't like they don't just like do a rap. The joke with that scene is that they can only think of one rhyme,
Yeah,
and so
but
it's not embarrassing in like a typical way. It's just kind
fair
of like they just stumble through it, like they're bad
I'll
at
give
it.
that. And that initial joke, where he can only think of whale, was funny for about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. The issue is that scene goes on for like 3 minutes, and they
Yeah, it
keep
goes on
Yeah.
for too long.
I mean, I
going
think
on
it's
for a really, really long time. Like the joke way overstays its welcome, and I'm like,
Rewrap it.
okay, I get it.
But the whole time I was wondering if like if that alone as a joke was supposed to be funny, or the fact that it's unfunny is supposed to be the joke.
Hey, can I ask you all a question? What did you like more, the Chip and Dale rap or the Porky Pig rap?
The Porky Pig.
I mean, there's no one can hold a candle to.
We rapping? Me?
Spell what you're made of, Notorious P.I.G.
Well, that's just because Porky Pig's kind of a little badass, just a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not,
Swine that can rhyme, you know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to stab a knife very deeply into Chip and Dale, the characters.
I'm glad you hated this movie so much that you just couldn't resist coming on our
I
show.
couldn't resist. I wanted to talk about it.
I love that it's also in that scene with Porgy that Daffy slammed his penis.
You did not. That didn't happen in that.
Porky
show.
Yes, he did.
Porky Pig
Yes, he did.
crowning moment of badass.
Oh, there's
I like
Lou.
how-
Goodbye.
I like how out of place LeBron looks in that screenshot too.
Yeah, he's like, what's
He,
wrong with him?
think-
What?
he looks
does
like he looks like a cardboard cutout in that.
Why isn't he animated in the same style as the other characters?
Hey, well, he's gonna be in multiverses, so.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
I think to talk on the rapping scene.
Mhm.
I think there are a few jokes where it's just like, I don't know, like, and at the part where they meet the motion capture Seth Rogen guy,
Yeah.
they literally say he has Polar Express eyes, and that just made me, I don't know, that just made me laugh because like I got the joke already, but they just kind of, it was just so on the nose that I was just kind of like, oh, they just said Polar Express eyes, like I don't know, that's just like funny to me.
It was a reference. You got it. You were
Yeah, I know, and
He-
this is what I was talking about. Like, I feel like shallow saying that, but I don't know. Something about that was just like, I don't know. It's the humor of it. You might find it funny, you might not.
I think you're the target audience.
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, and you know, this is there are people who like this movie. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is, what the recipe for the kind of person you have to be is for this movie. There's a scene where like they show like a bootleg Garfield and he's like buff. And that's like not that funny, but it is. Just cuz it's, I don't know, it's in a movie. You know? Sometimes you just got to go like, "Man, these crazy guys, they put this in a movie." I'm like,
It makes you wanna
unironically,
merge.
it makes me want to merge without looking. Like I don't know. I like the part. There's a part where Chip and Dale have a Full House cameo, and it just zooms in on them in the background. A Full House.
That would me laugh. Looking at that, I thought I wish the movie had more absurd things like that. I guess.
Yeah. I wish I could have asked Lou if they liked the Flula Borg snake. What? Rosa?
Gwen said Chip and Dale movie humor is like Ryan's graham crackers bit humor, but it's just a Disney movie, so it's worse.
Man.
I guess this is a Ryan Ribbity graham cracker joke movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dear
If you like
Lord.
the graham, if you're one of the people in this audience that likes the graham cracker
All
joke,
three of you.
then you might like some of the jokes in this movie. And like they have like the Fly character from Rescue Rangers.
And he
The
fucks
Fly
Gadget and they have
character-
48 children.
I
Yeah.
was wondering
Lord.
when the fuck y'all were gonna bring that specific detail up.
I was just that was just so like I don't know. I thought that was such a stupid thing to do that I just thought it was just funny. Like because I guess it was just like nobody wanted that to happen, right?
You
That's
think-
not something anyone would have asked for.
What do y'all
You think
mean?
they
What does
does-
that mean? They fucked.
Yeah,
They have
fuck.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
think they-
married and they have kids.
Do you think they did that out of spite?
Maybe. It is the sort of thing where it's like, because like a lot of people have like, oh, my first furry crush, it's Gadget. So they just have her get with the freaking buzzy, stupid fly character that nobody remembers.
That brings to mind
Sorry.
though. Do you think people who like Chip and Dale like as characters in Rescue Rangers? Do you think they're gonna like this movie at all?
Probably not.
I think it actually depends. I think if you're someone who like watched it as a kid, but you're not like obsessed with it, but it's something that you sort of remember and you have a fondness for it. I think this does kind of have the energy of like it was made by people who watched it, even if it's not like plot wise and character wise, it's not 100% faithful to it.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of like, I don't know.
Elements of Chip and
there's, like-
Dale. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it like does like the characters of their actors in this movie like sort of match their dynamic in the TV show. And they like talk about what it was like being on the show together and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say if you like want like a genuine continuation of Rescue Rangers, like this is not at all what that is.
This seems more of just like it trying to be a funny movie and it trying to kind of be a parody of reboot movies that like it kind of doesn't leave much room for it to be a Chip and Dale reboot movie.
Yeah, that's a thought I had actually. I think Chip and Dale might have not been the best characters for this movie. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
I
hot
actually-
take.
I have had that thought since they first showed it off because there are some elements that you just gotta kind of like hand wave because like for one thing, Chip and Dale are like they're not from that show.
No, and the
whatsoever.
movie
Like-
never acknowledges that.
Yeah, it doesn't acknowledge that the original Rescue Rangers show was a reboot. So you just gotta kind of like say like I guess just in this universe, that was the first time they ever showed up, which is like fine, but
At the same time, it's also like a thing that's like tied to like the Roger Rabbit universe.
well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I think that's kind of weird to say. I don't know. These
Why?
try
'Cause-
tying it
'cause-
with like Roger Rabbit universe and yeah, same universe, but then like in Roger Rabbit, they sort of like very specific, like these characters like it sees.
Maybe like my thought was just that like they put Roger Rabbit in there because it was like, hey guys, look, we're kind
Yeah,
of we're doing the thing that Roger Rabbit did.
I do think they made this with like the idea that it's kind of that universe modern day. I personally think that's what they were going for because there's like dip in the movie too. I think it's not really something they put a lot of attention to, but I think that's the idea. Here's my thing though. I think if this had to star like a Disney afternoon block character, I think it should have either been Darkwing or Bonkers. I don't think it should have been
Yeah.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah,
We
Chip
did
and
have
Dale are a little.
Darkwing.
Probably Bonkers better because it would be like a cop trying to be confident or something. But
I
then again,
guess-
no one likes cops.
I guess it is a balance of like, I imagine Disney like wanted a Rescue Rangers movie to happen.
Mhm.
And this is just kind of what it ended up being because I think at some point there was going to be like a more straightforward, like revival kind of thing of the original show.
Yeah.
Which he tried to do in DuckTales.
What?
Oh,
Actually,
right.
the reason Chip and Dale's like cameo in DuckTales was so awkward was because of this movie. Actually,
Really?
yeah, they had to like be. They
That's
were very,
weird.
they were very restrictive, and I think like it barely even happened because like they wanted to like save those characters for the movie.
It's weird.
I think because Bonkers sucks. I agree. I think this maybe should have been a Darkwing movie. I think you could have done something like his ego because he is kind of an egotistical character, and the
You know what?
and then like Launchpad could have filled in the role that like Dale did.
I think Darkwing does fit the bill of like people remember it, but it's not. It doesn't often escape that like Disney afternoon bubble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would have made more sense. But they're doing a different Darkwing movie.
Was Seth
so,
Rogen?
yeah.
Yep.
Who he played Mantis from Kung Fu Panda from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
I will actually say, speaking of Darkwing, I actually thought the joke with him at the end was like the best joke in the movie.
I also kind of like the blue joke.
I like that he's like a 40-year-old dad at a con energy going to him like,
Yeah.
hey, look, it's my friends Chip and Dale.
that con is that con's a really good like. That's a really I like that idea for like setting a movie like this, having scenes like a convention, because you do get to see just random characters. Just I like the He-Man. They have like He-Man and Skeletor just like signing stuff.
I think it's so in character. Like Darkwing Duck would like be at a con and booing the other like people on the stage.
Yeah.
I think that's incredibly in character, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So, I guess that's all I really can be said.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'll probably think of something later and regret not talking about it. I hope this movie's in the same universe as the Seth Green NFT monkey show.
Oh yeah.
God, that would be so hilarious.
Maybe they kidnapped the monkey. Maybe they're
Yeah.
bootlegging him as we speak.
Yeah, there should be like a sequel set in the Chippendale universe about like the NFT market.
They did say they wanted to make a sequel to this, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I feel like to me personally, I felt like this movie kind of ran its course.
Right.
That might
a
be
lot
true.
of stuff that they did in this was like, I feel like it could just be contained in the bubble that's been formed so far.
I think
rather than having to expand on it.
I think there won't be another Chip and Dale specifically. Like maybe not, but I think there'll be another movie like this from Disney where it's like characters. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I would be interested if it goes for a similar style to this. Because something I did like is that the world is populated with like they do like have different styles of characters. I think that was one of the best parts of the movie. Like not even from like a cameo standpoint, but just like I don't know, just kind of neat seeing
between art styles.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a gumball kind of.
I liked the Simpsons kid during like the early flashback scene. There was just like that Simpsons
kid.
In the
right. There's just like a kid in the Simpsons style. But yeah.
Good chungus, man.
I think she should make Looney Tunes back in action too. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
Looney Tunes back in action is such a funny, like Austin Powers movie.
What?
It feels like an Austin Powers movie.
Because it's like a 2000s comedy. No, the Looney Tunes back in action.
Okay. What to say?
I mean, I don't think that makes any more sense.
You're James Damien's son?
Oh, I guess it is like a... What is that movie? It's like an action...
Yeah, it's Looney Tunes back in action.
It's not really a spy movie, though, is it?
Yeah, it's with James Damien's son.
Well,
do they have to heist? They have to, like, heist.
They go to the casino, and and then he goes, hit me. And then Foghorn Leghorn hits him.
All
right, is that it for Chip and Dale? Are we done with that?
That's just about as everything I had in my mental notes.
All right. I hope the sequel has Boss Baby in it. Okay.
I don't like that. That could happen. I mean, I'm surprised.
I love that could happen. I want them to have Princess Carolyn, Girl Boss Baby.
BoJack will definitely be in the sequel, and it'll be like in real life. He's actually a really chill guy.
him outside of his show.
Yeah, the actor of BoJack Horseman that plays characters in the TV show BoJack Horseman.
He's a real chill guy in real life.
Yeah.
We got meta humor in here. That shows us.
Oh, that's how you could bring back Will Arnett.
I guess so. So this is usually the part we talked about we watched or played this week. I'm gonna skip out because Multiverses was kind of mine, so everyone else can go.
Okay.
You go see.
Don't pick all at once.
I guess. The only thing I can think of is like Amphibia ended. I guess we could talk a little bit about that without giving away too many spoilers.
Yeah, we'll be vague about that.
I'll just talk about it in a general sense, but yeah, Amphibia on Disney Channel I started watching it like I don't know exactly when, like some months ago, because I kind of heard it was ending.
Yeah, that's what I did
think.
too.
So I just started watching through all of it. And yeah, it honestly the finale, like overall, I think it's a pretty, it's pretty good. Like I like it.
I liked it too. I don't think it's like Gravity Falls finale level of like this like was really exciting, but it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Um, going into like the last episode, it like it impacted me a lot more than I thought it would. Like
Mhm.
I think there is some like um, it's a very bittersweet kind of thing.
Yeah.
When a show ends, you're always gonna have something like that. Um, but I just really love all its themes of like there's like big themes about um friendship and like even if you're friends with someone and like maybe you don't talk to them for a while but you still have that kind of understanding between each other that can last like across worlds or across like periods of time.
Mhm.
That kind of made me like cry a lot.
I'm gonna keep it vague. They make like a choice in this that's like permanent near the end, and I like that they stuck to it. I'll just say that. Like there's like no
Yeah.
like last second like, oh, never mind, it's okay.
Uh-huh. Right. Which is like fine. Like a lot of stuff for kids does that.
Hmm.
Um but it's really cool. I think it really strengthens the core of the show. Um that they committed.
I'll say
Yeah.
I wish the hour-long special and the 22-minute special they maybe found a way to combine them to flow into just one long episode, because it's a bit weird. There's like an hour-long special, and then there's like a Mario and Luigi's Partners in Time bonus final Bowser boss right afterwards. I kind of wish they
Yeah.
like found a way to make them flow into each other a bit better. It's like, I don't know how to explain it without spoilers. It feels like there was a plot element they forgot about they had to like follow up on, so they made like an extra episode to like do it with. I don't know how to explain it without spoiling, but that's kind of how it felt to me. But overall, I think it was good.
When they defeated Morphodite, you could see the little soul disappear, and then he had to go to the arena to. Okay, this is a joke.
No, it's fine. Good
This is
job.
not- but yeah, um, that was pretty cool. I always like kind of getting to see a show end when it happens. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Like live.
It's always a neat opportunity. Yeah, it's always interesting to see how people end shows. I guess that's all from me though.
Yeah, because we don't think we should spoil it. Too bad.
Yeah, yeah.
What about Rosa or Zumo? Do you two have anything to say?
I'll save mine for last because I might go on a fucking tangent about it.
All right. What about you, Rosa?
Ooh, it's hard to say. Haven't seen too much. I've been rereading Nichijou.
What's that like?
Nice.
It's kind of interesting to like be able to re-experience it again now being older, different from my teen years, and like post like a lot of being into like Nichijou fandom stuff and whatever, and just taking it in on my own. It's like, huh. I think I knew this before about Nichijou, but then I have like words to say. It's like, yeah, everyone's kind of like in some sort of hellscape. Like,
A hellscape of hijinks for the most part.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of like they think for a moment they're safe, and then it attacks them, and they think for a moment, well, it couldn't get any worse, and then it gets worse. And it's really funny. It's just like kind of hilarious. It's like
It gets worse in the best way possible, but not
Exactly.
for them.
yeah, exactly, and it's
It's like
kind of like
Daffy
it
Duck's
attacks
life.
exactly. Kind of
Basically,
attacks them.
basically.
It kind of attacks them for just thinking they're safe, and it just chooses their victims specifically. Like I don't like Mai doesn't get the brunt of it. She sort of is like a force of nature until it decides that like she gets an attack by like a force of nature. There's just like a specific force of nature in Nichijou that just exists to like attack everyone.
Force of
in
nature.
Any planes of existence.
If you were from where I was from, you'd be fucking dead. Sorry.
Exactly.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's also like weird to read. because like I seen the anime first, and it's like everything sort of flows in best. And like Nano hasn't started school yet until eventually, first like yeah, you could go to school now. And like in the manga, like all that bits were like all the bits were like out of order. You know, it felt out of order, even though this is probably how it started. Like Nana was already in school. They already suspected her being a robot, and then they already like accepted that. And it's kind of weird because like it happens out of order. A lot of stuff happens out of order. Like there's a tangent Yuko says where like, you know, Nakamura like passed out, and then in the next volume they like finally explain that where like, it's because she was trying to like knock out Nano. In the anime, they sort of change the order around. It's like, oh, she tries it first and then knocks out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so but right now I'm like in very early Nichijou years before they like has a more simple looking character around it, and I don't know, maybe the humor will change. Because most of it, like what made me like want to reread it was like was when I kind of like came out of City disappointed because it felt like they have like too many characters and like not a lot of the gags like land or sort of just like not as funny. And I kind of feel like
That's
if
not
that's like
funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. You clowns don't make me laugh.
yeah.
Nice baby show joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Seep. How?
Oh.
The baby show jokes. How's Sonic the Hedgehog?
That's you literally just referenced Backyardigans
don't
for
you
actual like
love
developing
Kirby?
kindergarten brain.
Don't you love Kirby? The game series literally designed for
Kirby
babies.
is rated E10 for 10-year-olds and up.
This little pink puffball, the game you can play with your little brother because it's so baby game.
You think Kirby reads Nichijou?
No. Yes.
If
Maybe.
Kirby could read.
What?
See,
Kirby could
if
read,
you watch
maybe.
Bubble Guppies, you'd probably say it was like Kino.
I watched the Baby Shark TV show on Nick Jr. and I said it was Kino.
Someone clip that.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not joking. It's like pretty cute. It has like a good style.
Someone clip this and like put it like on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere else. The world needs to know that Seep loves baby shows like Baby Shark. Yeah, go on. So
You're gonna get outed by all 35 people.
All 35 people on the earth.
Also, we have a verdict. Meta Knight reads Nichijou.
Absolutely. He loves to read.
It's Kino
Yeah,
and
so-
Nai.
He could read.
do you have anything else you want to say about Rosa?
But yeah, I'm hoping to see where it takes me in like my revisit for Nichijou.
In life. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
Also, really quick, Rosa, I heard the thwomp back there in the background. Do you still have that?
Yes, I used to have.
It's her pet claw.
I still have like I still have the audio like Twomp going backwards.
I really like this chat comment. Seep has to put a DeviantArt step on their profile because I do not watch baby shows.
Yeah, I only watch
Okay.
TV Y7 and up.
Okay, I guess now everyone's gonna get an explanation to the Twomp. Like years ago, me and Zoom were in a call, and we sort of just I forget why did you reverse the Twomp noises?
Cause I remember just like hearing it once. For some reason, some divine intervention came past my mind. Right, I thought it was just the funniest goddamn thing ever. And then another thought crossed my mind. Where like I have an idea. What if I make that my the sound effect for when I put in a USB into my PC, but when I take it out, it's the thwomp but reversed. And I did that while we were in the call, and you heard it, and you thought it was the funniest thing ever too.
I still do.
It's the funniest system sound in America.
Yes,
It was like years ago.
that was like that was when I was on my absolute dog shit PC. That was like 2 PCs ago for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Wow.
now I'm on my less dog shit one that I built this time.
Epic.
Yeah, it's very epic.
I still have
I'm a
the
gamer
audio, but I
now.
just used the regular one because like people thought it was just like a cow.
Oh my god.
Okay,
But
but
yeah, now everyone knows now why I have it.
yes,
All right.
the lore.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Zuma, what do you want? What are you talking about?
So I already mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, but I don't know if anyone here has heard of the game called God Hand
On
for the
PS2?
PlayStation 2. Yes, it is to me possibly one of my favorite games of all time. I don't think it's going to beat Shin Megami Tensei,
Mhm.
but it is very up there because of the fact that yes, God Hand's music is so fucking good. But like everything in general with the game, I fucking love. I also love how it even came to be because the game was made out of spite. Because do you know of the game? I think it was Final Fight Streetwise. It was a spin-off to the series Final Fight that also sucked ass and whatnot. And the director specifically wanted to make a game because the fact that he played it and he fucking hated it. He wanted to make something that was better. He made God Hand, and it was a good ass game. For one, it's a hard as balls game. Even if you like played it on, I think normal mode, you'd probably be getting your ass beat on the first stage. But like, um, it's kind of that thing that people even play Dark Souls to begin with, where you kind of get your ass beat and you until you kind of get that solace of actually beating it and whatnot. But the thing is with God Hand is that its controls are so fucking tight and so good when you once you master it that it feels a hell of a lot fun once you do master it. Another thing too is that it's such a funny ass game.
What
It's
kind of
like
game is it? Is it like a
it's a it,
platformer?
it's a beat 'em up.
Okay.
It's similar to I mean how Final Fight was back in the day where it was
So,
just a beat 'em up.
so
Like
it's not a game where you control a big hand over like
no,
these green
no.
pastures.
You play as Gene. That's the main character's name, and he has the God Hand on his right arm because his
Okay.
right hand got fucking cut off because he tried to be a simp and save a girl.
He's like the
You're
good
way
version of
too
Hellboy.
Oh my god.
beautiful,
I
girls.
suppose. But like
Okay.
the game is extremely fucking funny. Where like one thing that I feel like I noticed about how this game does its comedy compared to like a lot of stuff nowadays is that like a lot of jokes nowadays try to have so many I guess layers to it and whatnot that like a lot of the times because of that a joke will fall flat. And God Hand, they kind of just do shit. They do shit, and a lot of the times it sort of just lands. Like, uh, I'm trying to think of one of the things that I find funny in it. I guess one of my favorite characters in it is this dude named Elvis. That's this, like, fat ass sumo wrestler dude that does like martial arts and whatnot. But his dialogue is all just centered around like Spanish slang and shit.
I thought you were gonna say
Like
slurs for a second.
no, God no. Well, like it's just all centered around that shit. And like when you go and fight him, the first thing he says to you is like, what was it? It was like time to play, cabron. And like he's doing all this like shit that like sumo wrestlers do, where like they kind of like slap themselves and whatnot, like heating up. And
Uh-huh.
I
I
really
I just looked up a picture of this character, sorry, where it's Carl from Aqua Teen, but with the features of Elvis drawn over, and this looks like something Rosa made. Like,
Show it
okay.
underneath
Let
like
me see.
Morbius and like the other NFT.
Okay, yeah, that's Elvis. That's
Yeah.
him.
Oh my
Honestly,
god. I put this on
honestly,
screen.
he fucking has a lot of vibes of Carl, really.
Hey,
But like, I swear to God, I can go on and on and on about this goddamn game. This goddamn game, God Hand. But
It's
like,
God hand game.
I don't want to go on too much of a tangent because like, there's just so much shit to say. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there you go.
there he
Is one of us like just a gorilla?
Hmm?
What?
Oh yeah. There's a fucking boss fight in the game where it's a gorilla and whatnot. And another funny thing I found about this game is that it has kind of like that budget English dub voice acting. But the way that a lot of the stuff is delivered is so funny because in this cutscene when you go into this boss fight with this gorilla, you just get a shot of a bench and then a bus passes by and the gorilla's just like sitting there reading a newspaper and then it sees Gene. He gets up, Gene walks up to the gorilla and the first thing he says like this is like, "Wait, you're not a human, are you?"
That happens in Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That's what the big gorilla
Get on,
does.
Patrick.
And then the gorilla's just like looking at it, was like, "Oh, no, and then it fades to black and you start fighting.
You just beat up a gorilla?
You just start beating up a gorilla.
I mean, that's what K.
Oh my
Rool
God.
does in most of the Donkey Kong games.
Another of the Nintendo reference.
What do you? Whatever. He's the most.
Sorry,
he's the most iconic gorilla in gaming. That's a. Whatever. Grow up.
I'm sorry.
Go watch Baby Shark.
Why is this being flipped on me when you literally watched the Backyardigans?
Because the Backyardigans are Kino and based, and they have swag.
From what I've seen of that GIF in the Discord, I suppose.
Yeah, dude. Hold on.
What?
Oh, you're
We're-
putting that in the stream now?
Yeah, I need to find the Pablo, the one where like they're dancing. Oh fuck yes! Hold on, I need to put this on screen right now, and you're all gonna be like, "No, Ryan's got a point. The Backyardigans are really fucking badass." Like Baby Shark is like no sauce at all, just so wimpy, such for babies. The Backyardigans is so epic. It's so Kino. It's raw. It has the sauce. It's look at this. Ooh,
That soul.
look at the sauce. Bro, are you kidding me?
Animation just doesn't have the soul of this anymore.
And if you don't think that's enough for you, check this out. Hold on, I got more coming your way. Like,
It's so funny to me too that like when I saw that GIF in the Discord, I had some fucking 3 Days Grace song blasted in my ears.
now check this the fuck out. You think that GIF I posted is cool? Like you think that's Kino? That's baby hours compared to this. Check this out.
You gotta see
Ooh,
just how good with the stuff they are.
Pablo, my man. With the suit? No way, dude. Pablo, that's seriously so clean.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I can go on for fucking ever about all the Family Guy funny moments in God Hand, but I'd rather you all just fucking play it. It's such a good, funny, and well-polished game, and I fucking wish that games nowadays were made the way that it is, where it kind of just does a lot of stuff really well, but also just does a lot of stuff for the sake of it, especially its comedy.
Yeah.
It is
Alright.
like the peak game, I feel.
Everyone's got their
gaming.
It's the funniest game in America. Critics and audience agree.
Critics and Bernie Sanders agree.
Critics raise it #1
Did
game
Rosa
in
just
America.
spill? Rosa,
Yeah.
are you okay? Did you give birth?
Again?
Again?
To my third
Yeah.
child?
Oh, God.
Congratulations! Tell
yeah,
them to play
Zemo-
God Hand.
My
And watch
third
Catman.
child. Okay.
All right. So for the
I
last
had 2 kids.
like 15 minutes of the show, usually like 10 or 15
first-
minutes.
Hold on. Before we do. Sheldon the third NFT.
Putting a
From-
gun to my head.
Bazinga Sheldon?
The
No.
third NFT.
Ah.
All right. When I get this on screen, Jesus Christ. This is the part of the show where you and the audience get to ask a question, and we will answer it. For these last 15 minutes, please ask a real one. Everyone always asks fucking, what's your favorite Among Us color? I'm begging you, please ask a real question.
I just don't have questions. I feel bad.
I'm on my hands and knees.
Yeah, you better think of a good.
If your question isn't good enough for us, then you're getting banned.
No, don't make it. No. What's your favorite Among Us color? What's your least favorite Among Us color? You guys are real comedy kings in this call tonight, aren't we?
Hamster and Gretel thoughts. Oh my gosh, we forgot to cover the huge, massive
My favorite
Omega
Among Us
Hamster
color,
and Gretel
rainbow.
news.
Thoughts on Morbius?
It's Morbin time.
I do.
It was a great GIF that I saw of the whole movie.
What are your
Yeah.
predictions for animation in the next 10 years? I can answer this. I think what I'm hoping, I don't know if I have full confidence in this because I feel like higher ups aren't smart about this stuff. I'm hoping we're gonna see a lot more of like realizing animation is a bigger crowd than like I think people sometimes realize like the audience for it is like a lot more wide in terms of like age. Because right now animation is very kid dominated in the West, and I'm hoping with the popularity of some things that have come out recently, there's a bit more realization that of what people want, what people like, and like just more different age. What I'm hoping for is just more different age demographics, like a bigger emphasis on adult animation. I think is we're going to see a lot more in the next few years.
I think in the next 10 years, we're going to be seeing, I mean, okay, we got some Sonic movies. We've
Mhm.
got the Mario movie coming up. I think we should get like a Star Fox movie, maybe throw in a Metroid movie, and then maybe we can finally get the Metal Gear movie, and then they're all going to clash together in the huge, epic 4-hour Super Smash Brothers movie. That would be so awesome, dude. Wouldn't that be so cool?
I think guys who want a Smash Bros. Movie aren't ready to grasp with the reality that their favorite character probably wouldn't be in it.
I think
find it
guys.
funny that you said the Star Fox movie, and that just reminds me of the a Fox in Space
All right.
that I think has like not gotten anything in the last eon.
Guys who like Rob and Wii Fit Trainer and every Fire Emblem character that isn't like Marth would be incredibly disappointed with the Smash Bros. Movie because it would be like the original 12 guys and like Inkling. Those would be the characters in the movie.
I think people who want a Smash Brothers movie don't actually want a Smash Brothers movie.
I think they just want to play Smash Bros.
Yeah, I think they just want Smash Brothers 11 with Michael Morbius as a playable character.
Yo, that'd be awesome.
Yo, dude!
B Kirby in
Michael
chat
Morbius?
asks, who's your dream multiverses character? I want to know.
I mean, what else could you want from that leaked roster?
No,
Oh, yeah.
you gotta have someone in your mind that you want. I know you. You have like someone
I don't
burn in
know.
your mind.
We have Gizmo.
That's
I'm a
true.
big Gizmo head.
We could have Andrew WK from Destroy Bull Destroy.
Yeah.
I don't. Honestly, it's almost one of those things where it's kind of so early. It's kind of hard to even dream because I'm just getting all these like dinner plates
Mhm.
in front of me of like, oh, like Arya Stark from Game of Thrones and Ted Lasso. Like, what else could I ask for? What like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they should add Daffy from Gremlins too.
Specifically that one.
No, the gremlin named
Oh,
Daffy
okay.
from Gremlins
I
2.
was thinking like
It's
Daffy
not-
literally in the movie Daffy.
No, not Daffy Duck. Daffy Gremlin from Gremlins 2. What is that? With the googly eyes. Yes.
All right. You have an answer, you two?
Taco and Chips makes a good point for KO.
I said this.
Game.
I said this about KO. In the timeline where the AT&T Warner merger disaster, Donald Trump didn't happen, and KO went on HBO Max was like it was supposed to. KO would have been in this game for sure. But
Yeah.
now, I have low hopes for KO getting in at all.
Oh.
All right, let's
Who's
see.
to say?
I want Tick and Seek.
Take and see.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good final question. Here's a good way to end the show off. Will you play Hello Neighbor?
Should we do a Hello Neighbor stream?
Probably. Oh god. I mean, that depends. Are you gonna play one of the betas that was good, or are you gonna play the full release?
No,
that
we gotta
was
play the
rated
full
bad?
game. The epic
Okay.
full experience. The full dinner plate.
You're gonna play the second one too?
There's a second Hello Neighbor? Like Hello
Yeah.
Neighbor. It's not called Hello Neighbor 2, is it?
It is.
There's
It's
just
called
a Hello Neighbor 2?
2. There's
Really?
also a Hello Neighbor game that's like that is in the style of Dead by Daylight, I believe. The
I think I heard about
like
that.
4 or 5v1 game.
Yes. That was a big tuber game, I think.
And then there's like a building game.
It's really popping off with all these deep lore horror games for children games.
Yeah. Oh, the Poppy Playtime movie.
Yeah,
The Poppy.
I saw a thing earlier where it's like a live stream for like Poppy Playtime, the show.
What? There's a show?
show?
Oh, wait, there's
Like
a
a
show?
superhero. Someone made a superhero Poppy Playtime.
You're fucking joking.
The
I have it.
superhero?
Yes, I have it. I have the pic. Let me-
Picture my
let me-
movie up in 3D.
Was like Peppa Pig there? Is it one of those things?
I don't know.
It was
I don't
Peppa
know.
Pig and Friday Night Funkin', Ben D, Sonic the Hedgehog live action, specifically Super Mario, and
The Huggy Wuggy Poppy Playtime FNAF Security Brief FNAF Minecraft Bot.
Rosa, I have great news for you. You saw a YouTube Kids Animation clickbait channel. This is what this is.
I know.
I guess we know where to raid when this podcast is all through with.
Yeah.
We can raid Jerma
Uh.
playing Pac-Man music.
Is he not playing Miku anymore?
No, he
Oh,
changed.
damn.
All right, I think we're done.
Or
I think.
actually,
Yeah.
one last gift.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
One last GIF.
one more
Yes,
for this
yeah.
collage. This seems like
Uh,
like a hell of a lot more than what I've seen on Twitter of the other streams.
Uh,
I could be hella wrong though.
we're gonna update a menu on here.
It's just for the chat.
Yeah.
Did you finally get fed up with the thing I made like in 3 seconds?
Yep.
All right, real quick before we end off, we have a surprise. Rosa
Oh my
finally got
God.
fed up with the terrible UI I made for the chat in like a minute because I had to, and she made a new one.
What? She doesn't like your like teal border gradient?
No,
thing?
she doesn't like my teal border gradient thing.
Oh.
We can do this live. Watch me do this live for all of you.
Why don't you just replace the file in like OBS or whatever?
You're asking a lot of me right now.
It would literally be easier, wouldn't it?
Well, you know, excuse me.
Like to build.
Oh, well, wonderful time was had by all. Right?
What are you doing right now?
What's in Overwatch?
I changed the chat color probably in the future to make this work, but
Probably in the future. Okay,
Wow, look at
that's
that.
never getting fixed. I'm sorry.
what? No,
If you want to read, if
Can't even
you
read
want to
that.
read the
I'll
chat, if
fix
you want to
it.
read the chat from now on, you'll have to squint.
I'll fix it next episode.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Just like
Thank
how-
you, Rosa, for this new chat box.
Make sure to get your reading glasses, folks.
Yep.
You guys
Yeah.
are so mean to me.
kidding
I
around.
mean, you all kidnapped me and put me on this ship, and make me watch Chip and Dale.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know.
You had
What are my
fun.
thoughts on it?
You
I
had,
had
some
fun.
fun.
I had fun, yeah.
You had
like-
some fun.
Yeah, it
fun,
was a fun
fun.
time.
You never know that you are fun.
This
fun,
is funner than
fun.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
It is funner
I
than
got
Shadow
the-
the Hedgehog.
Now get
got the-
ready, everyone, for me to make a new UI for Shadow the Hedgehog that's gonna only use once
You're just so
for
mean.
Yeah.
that stream.
Why
Change the
to
UI for every single time someone has control of the controller.
suddenly appear
Every time
you let the record show I
That was really bad.
and did it my way.
Oh, is this like a freaking like pop medley that you do like
Stop
live on
cooking,
stage?
stop cooking, stop streaming.
Okay.
Good night,
bye,
everybody.
everybody.